After a long hiatus, we finally get the Iyith crew back together for an episode we're calling Things Are Bad and Weird, and Then You Go to Grennan Heaven. The crew has come back to Greylock after a long time away and many adventures to find it in a sorry state, but there's things to be done and people to talk to and things to shop for and other shenanigans to attend to. This is a bit of a slower episode, but I think everyone had a good time, and we hope you enjoy.
We're currently in like a plague war situation.
You're not real sure what's going on. You've heard different rumors about Greylock. When you were in the Ding and Stitch, you heard it was actually under quarantine. But Xylund in his journey found out that the city had actually been evacuated. Yeah. And now that you're sort of standing and gazing out across the fields surrounding Greylock, you can see that evacuation seems to be more likely with the vast amounts of tents and population that is living outside of the city. Yes, Xylund is headed towards Gayle. And thanks to Kern, you did send a sending to Gayle, who informed you that Orem was an issue.
And we saw that Nisali's colors were being flown in the encampment, and so we decided that after we were done shopping, we were going to go check in with her, right?
There was one tent that was marked with the Seal of Greylock in the Argent Order, yeah. So we left with Xylund heading off to hunt down Gayle, and the rest of you going to the market to shop, since this is the first opportunity you've really had to do that.
Yeah, and all of Lily's magical accoutrement is currently inside the bag of holding.
Right.
Where it's in another dimension and can't be detected with...
All of her stuff is with...
I have so much stuff now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still in my inventory, though, just so that...
I know.
Just so I know what I get back.
Just make a mark. So, as far as your shopping adventure goes, everyone's list has been approved, so go ahead and put those on your inventory, those of you who have them, and be sure to debit your various gold supplies.
Lily is going to go with Michael to select like the fabric and materials and stuff he wants for his new clothes, so that later, when they're away from the Argent Order and all the churches, she can use Fabricate to make them.
Okay.
Really, I just need the cloak. I just want to try out a bunch of different colors, so I was hoping you could help me with that. I think they can handle the armor part.
Oh, well, of course, I can...
Oh, also, maybe I want to like change the color on the vest. Oh, also, I had a favor that I wanted to ask you.
And one more thing.
Of course. As for the coloring, if you make sure to perhaps get some dyes, I can weave that into the Fabricate spell as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so, favor. Had a favor. What was it? Oh, right, yes. So, I've been getting brain fucked a lot.
Yes.
And I'd like to stop doing that. Do you have any idea how I can stop doing that?
Are you referring to your susceptibility to spells such as Charm and Friends?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I know the more fortified your mind, the better chance you have at resisting those. I could look and do some research, see if I can't find some spells or artifacts that might perhaps help you as well. Push comes to shove, we might be able to find some enchanted items. I imagine that the churches would probably sell something like that to protect the people from malicious magecraft.
What about like practicing though? Like if you, I don't know if you really do the brain fucking thing, but if you just repeatedly try to cast that stuff on me, then I can practice getting better at not getting brain fucked.
Detect thoughts is an intelligence save, not a wisdom save, right? I'm pretty sure it is.
Pretty sure.
So that wouldn't really work. I don't currently
No, it's a
have
wisdom
any
save.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it? Oh,
Cool.
so detect
In
thoughts
saves
would
don't
work.
exist in 5e.
That's not true.
It's not, but it's close.
Yeah, so-
Unless you're a
Illithian.
yeah.
Wait. No, it is an intelligence check. Well, there's a wisdom save and an intelligence check. So would that actually work? Like, if we just set aside time each night to practice that, would it actually help?
Mechanically speaking, I'm planning on taking Resilient next
Oh.
level. So
Yeah,
okay.
he's just setting it
Oh,
up.
okay, so this is the RP. Okay. Of course. I could do the same thing that I did when we were still within the Cathal Ross stronghold. That would assist in your endeavors. Gain you the practice you need, at least.
yeah, that would work.
Very well. We'll set aside time each night before retiring. That way, if need be, I will still have the. If I need spells during the day, I'll still have them.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Very well.
Thanks.
So yes, get the dyes and fabric that you desire, and I shall use Fabricate in order to assist you later when we're not surrounded by those who would probably frown upon it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yes, and if you get different color dyes as well, then I should be able to mix them into a shade you would prefer. So if you can't find a precise shade,
yeah,
no
yeah,
worries.
perfect. Great, thanks.
Okay. So
I figured that bit could be done with the alchemy thing, mixing dyes.
Yeah, the actual dye job might be a little spotty because you don't actually know how to do that, but the color would be pretty. So as you guys are shopping and you've now gone into Greylock, quote unquote, proper, the whole outside of the city has changed pretty significantly as you're walking around. There is a much increased guard presence. You might not have noticed it before because you spent equal amounts of time in the old city and sort of the ramshackle outer city, but now that everyone is sort of squished out here into the plains outside the wall, there are a lot of temple guards. A lot more temple guards than you remember there being, and they are indeed everywhere. Yes, for anyone who has not visited here before, the twins specifically and Mushnik, this just seems, I mean, it's still a pretty overt presence of temple guards, but yeah, you don't know whether or not it's out of the ordinary. But for the rest of you, there's a lot of temple guards. Everyone seems to be uncomfortable in some manner. Like there's just an air of everyone collectively holding their breaths right now. But it does have that sort of siege/jousting tournament mentality of everyone's got their own little section, and there are all these little corridors of tents. And the only way to really identify in this press of people is there's an awful lot of banners going on, and everyone seems to be wearing their colors a lot more than you remember. There's a lot of sashes and a lot of emblems going on here, where everyone seems to be very specific about identifying who they are. As far as just the everyday populace goes, they're also squished here too. You don't really realize what a large city Greylock is until its population is squished into a bunch of tents outside. So there's a lot of people compacted into a relatively small area, and everyone seems to be either sick, injured, or scared. There's a lot of coughing. There's a lot of people that you see as you pass through the market that look like they've been recently tended for injuries. And those that appear fine, even the merchants in the stalls, approach every conversation with kind of an air of apprehension. So yeah, it's a very weird mix of like a fair like environment, and also as if the shoe's going to drop at any moment. It's It's a little unsettling, to say the least. But you are able, I mean, you aren't harassed in any way. You're able to sort of peruse through this center core of market where merchants have been setting up these stalls. And you're able to get the items that you need easily, although paying through the nose for the majority of them. Cloth, Davynn, for you. Any cloth or dyes to make a cloak or anything like that, you're able to purchase for a gold piece. A cloth doesn't seem to be terribly in demand. Not as much as the other items are. So you can add that if you'd like. The only other odd thing as you sort of walk through is the walls outside Greylock seem to be larger and taller than you remember them being. And definitely darker. It's very much a different colored stone. As you look towards the city, it's not the same slightly iridescent opal effect that you're used to when you're dealing with Greylock. This is very dark stone. And the walls seem to be much, much higher. So we will cut away for a moment and pop over to Xylund while you guys muddle through that. Xylund, who took off before you guys went to the market to go find Gayle, the wondrous and magnificent, wherever he may be.
That's debatable, but
hey.
So as I see all these sick people, I'm going to tear a strip off of my limpy cloak and wrap it around my lower face to sort of shield my breathing, so I'm not breathing in contagions.
Oh God, okay.
And yeah, I'll just ask people without getting too close to them where the. Well, I was going to ask where the sick people are, but they're everywhere. Where are they tending to the sick people? Actually, what order was he? Where's the order of the not Nenemeth people?
The Church of Darelai?
That's it.
I can just imagine Xylund going from person to person and trying to explain who it is that he's looking for.
That's the other reason why I don't take notes.
Again, all of these different sort of factions all have banners flying. So the tent city that belongs to the Church of Darelai is easily identifiable by the banners with the wheel on them, on a dark blue setting. So, and it's fairly large too. There's a good sized, like banquet sized tent, and then smaller tents that surround it that all fly the wheel of Darelai.
Okay, I want to sort of case the joint, try to not stick out, and I want to sneak up on him and give him a little scare.
Okay.
Oh my
No
God.
one seems to be paying terribly much attention to you. The largest tent, the banquet-sized tent, seems to be the center of activity. There's a lot of clerics, and clerics of Darelai are easily identifiable. They wear dark blue robes for the most part. They do wear their holy symbols around their neck, and the majority of them seem to be carrying medical supplies or food and water of some kind. So the large tent seems to be their hospital or their care unit, as people kind of flap in and out of the doors of the tent as they scurry around. You could nobody's really paying any attention to you anyway. You get a few cursory glances from people that are probably just trying to identify if you're injured or sick, but since you're just dirty, they don't pay much attention to you.
Okay. Well, I'll go into the main tent, see if I can see him in there.
Okay, make a perception check, please. Yeah. You think you might see him kind of at the far end. You just catch sight as he flips out of the door at the opposite end of the tent. You kind of see his head. And you think you might hear his voice, but it's kind of loud in here too.
He left the tent?
Yeah, he just went out the back end of the tent.
God damn it, Gayle. So I'll leave the tent, circle around the back.
Okay.
And see if I can catch sight of him.
All right, as you come back around the rear of the tent, there's a little less commotion back here. It looks like there might be smaller supply tent surrounding it, and you do hear Gayle's voice a little bit. It's kind of softer than you're used to hearing it. It's not quite conversation level, but you do hear him.
Oh shit! I'll eavesdrop.
Oh, okay. Roll roll your stealth.
Clink,
Like
clink,
you at
clink, clink.
Clankerson. Yeah. Okay. As you come clanking around, flattening yourself against this tent, so you're basically backlit for anybody inside of it.
They don't matter.
Yes, as you're backlit, listening to this conversation, Gayle is talking to another person, another guy, judging by the voice, and they seem to be having an argument.
I can't hear what they're saying.
You can. You hear the other male voice more clearly, and in effect, he is telling Gayle to keep his trap shut. That he has a place and he needs to stick to it. Just stay in the tent and don't worry about it. And Gayle seems to have a problem with these orders.
Can I sneak a look? Am I around the corner of the tent?
Yeah. I imagine you're just around the corner. Like you're close enough that you can make out their voices, but not so close that you would be seen.
I just want to poke my head around real quick and see if this is a cleric of Darelai who's, giving him a dressing down, or if it's some rando.
Okay, go ahead.
Stealth?
Yes.
Oh.
Xylund,
Clank,
trying to poke his head
clank,
around,
clank.
gets off balance and trips.
So you sort of, try and brace yourself against the tent that, this particular section doesn't have any tent poles behind it. So you sort of step backward into the cloth of it, and it bows for a moment as you poke your head around the corner. You can't see a whole lot. From your perspective, you see the back of Gayle, and he's in his dark blue robes, and heaving a massive sigh, which is how you know it's Gayle. And the person he's talking to is standing directly in front of him, like super close too, very, very close, and almost like towering over Gayle. He's probably a foot taller, but he's in armor. He looks to be mid to late 20s, maybe. Dark hair, and he's got a red-trimmed crimson cloak.
Red-trimmed crimson cloak.
Yeah, he's the cloak. It's like the inner part of the cloak is a very particular crimson color, and the outside has been hemmed up with another piece of red fabric that is lighter.
Have I seen a cloak like this before? Or heard
You
of it?
have not seen a cloak like this before.
It wouldn't be worth like a history roll or anything like that?
Yeah, you can roll. Actually, just an intelligence check would work. It's
Okay.
not necessarily history.
I guess it would be a bad idea to take my fairy out here. Well, oh, fuck.
Yeah. All you know is some big scary dude standing over.
Sorry.
And I mean, he does look military. He is very, a military man when you see it. And this is definitely a military man. He's got armor, he's got a long sword, he's got a shield. Yeah, that cloak looks like probably as nice as it is, it's probably some rank of some kind.
Okay, I'll just walk around the corner. Sort of, hey there, I'm Xylund. I'll extend my hand. What order are you with?
So you come around, and Gayle spins on his heel and looks horrified. For
I'm
a
alive.
moment.
Aren't you happy?
He starts to stammer, yes. At least you think it's yes. The older guy looks at you again, does that very appraising look, and sticks out a male-gloved hand to shake yours. And he says, Xylund, nice to meet you.
You've heard of me.
No, should I?
Well, I guess not. Are you his brother? He has a brother. You have a brother who's a soldier, don't you, Gayle?
And Gayle, his mouth is like working like a goldfish, but no words are actually coming out right now. And finally, he manages a nod in the affirmative, and the older guy still hasn't let go of your hand. He's doing the like aggressive handshake thing.
Yeah.
That dudes do. Yeah, he's doing that.
I will do it
And-
right back.
So there's a lot of aggressive handshaking going
Whoops.
on here. But yeah, he's a little taller than you are, but you know, not by a whole lot. You could definitely see there's a family resemblance between the two of them, and he nods and says, "Yes, I'm his older brother."
What's your name?
From, my name is Finian. I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned me. I know how much he loves to talk about his family.
No, I think he mentioned you. I think he used to squire for you or something, didn't he?
Oh, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, me and Gayle are real close. We don't really have secrets from each other.
God.
You're back from where? I mean, I'm sure he mentioned, but I drink.
There's Gayle is just face palming entirely now. I've recently returned from my duty post to help Greylock in this hour of need, and I was just checking up on my brother. He claps his other hand. He still doesn't let go of yours. Claps his other hand on Gale's shoulder.
I will clap my hand on Gale's other shoulder.
Oh Lord.
Well, he's in good hands. No need to worry there. I've been looking out for him. We've been studying all manner of things, dragons and all kinds of weird shit. Been great. Right, Gayle?
Gayle is looking down at the floor now, and his brother says, "Dragons? Here?"
No.
He kind of cocks his head at you a little bit. Oh. All right.
Anyway, I've got business with Gayle right now, but if you're going to be around, we can maybe grab a drink later. On me, of course. I've just come in to some money. I can probably spot you a drink.
Meanwhile, Kern is having psychic convulsions in the marketplace. I'd like that. I
Alright,
think I would like that a lot.
Where are you staying?
Well, he points off into the distance, and slightly away from the mass of tents, you can see there is one banner that rides just a little higher than the others, and it is the Mark of Aurum.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you've been stationed quite a ways away.
Quite a ways away.
Alright, yeah, well, let's get together later and have a drink and talk about all kinds of stuff. But right now, me and Gayle gotta go over here.
So Finian lets go of your hand and kind of does a kind of a chin chuck to Gayle, which knocks Gayle over about a foot. Only your hand on his shoulder keeps him upright, as Gayle is not a very strong boy. And Finian heads off, not towards the Aurum banner, but deeper into the throng of people, back towards the center of the Greylock quarantine. Gayle just looks up at you. What are you? What
So
are
is
you
your-
doing?
Saying hi. Hi. Also, oh, I'm glad that you're alive, obviously. Good to see you. All that. So are you, I thought your family was from Greylock. Are you from Aurum?
No, my family is from Greylock.
Okay. So you're not like an Orem spy or anything, are you?
Could you not say that out loud? What is wrong with you? Did you know? I told Kern Orm was here. What are you doing here?
It just slipped my mind. Your brother's kind of a dick, huh?
Yeah, all my brothers are dicks. Thanks
Okay.
for noticing the pattern. What?
I need a scroll of fireball. Do you know where I could get one?
You need to why
Also,
do
no, we'll get to that later. Scroll of fireball.
you- scroll of fireball. Why do you need a scroll of fireball?
Because you remember that dragon helm I said I was getting made? That no one believed that I was actually getting made?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna make it shoot fireballs out of its nose.
Is that why you came back?
One of the reasons.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
And he just gestures wildly at everything else that's going around. I know.
Well, I can't do anything about all of this. I mean, you just gotta take it one step at a time. First step, scroll of fireballs. Second step, dragon helm. Third step, DVD. So do you want to keep traveling with us? That's another question. Like, are you happy here, like tending to the sick and stuff? Like after you help me get this scroll of fireballs, I mean.
Just poor Gayle. He's just trying to wrap his noggin around that conversation.
Davynn said he missed you. We should go see Davynn anyway after we get this. He'd like to see you.
Okay. Okay. So you're all here?
You're not sick, are you?
No?
Okay.
Well, Xylund, can you answer my question?
What was the question?
Are you all here?
Oh yeah.
Where are the rest of you?
At the market, I think. I think that was the plan. I kind of took off.
You left them alone?
Well, there's 6 of them. Isn't there 6 of them? 5 of them. They're not exactly alone.
Okay. And no, I'm not sick.
I'm gonna keep this scarf on anyway, just in case. Nothing personal.
That's fine. How long have you guys been here?
We just got here.
Okay. Not to alarm you, but I don't think that scarf's gonna help.
Well, why would you say something like that?
Because we don't know what's making people sick.
Yeah.
I mean, they show up, and it looks, for all the world, like, Mummer's Plague or Scarlet Fever, and it's not. We can't treat it. People show up with injuries that shouldn't, they're not there. They say, oh, I can't move my arm is broken, but there's nothing wrong with their arm. It's insane.
So it's like a disease of the mind.
Something like that, I guess. But I've seen people die from it.
Well, the mind is a dangerous rabbit when it's cornered. Rabbits are dangerous when they're cornered, aren't they? Shit. I pull out my pipe.
I was gonna say, how much have you had to smoke today?
Well,
Vorpal bunnies are dangerous when they're
Warp
cornered.
bunnies are very dangerous.
I didn't encounter the Vorpal bunny though.
No. I like the nature check on that. Yeah, that checks out clearly.
I got some disturbing news recently. It's been weighing on my mind a little bit.
What's wrong? What?
It doesn't
what
matter.
happened?
I'm dying, Gayle, but don't worry about it.
What? Why are you dying?
You remember that woman I slept with in that inn?
Yeah, I thought we weren't going to talk about that ever again.
Well, you asked. I'm answering your question. I picked something up from her, probably. And now I'm
What?
dying.
What?
Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad for me, Gayle. I mean,
Well,
It's
I
okay.
mean, we can cure that sort of thing, you know. What we do.
Well, we'll deal with that later. First, that can be step 3. First step, scroll of fireballs.
Scroll. I can't get. Where am I supposed to get a scroll of fireball?
I don't know. All right, let's skip to step 2 then, and we'll deal with the scroll of fireballs afterwards. I do travel with a wizard. She might know. Although she's new to Greylock.
Could you not say that out loud?
I said it quietly.
I didn't say it out loud. I said it out quiet.
I just want to say this. And Kern thinks I'm bad about letting shit out.
Well, Xylund is stressed, and I'm surrounded by sick people, and yeah, please don't tell anyone that. Please, just don't. Have you seen anybody else? Have you talked to Kat? Have you talked to?
No, but I'm out. I have to go there anyway to get my dragon helm, I think.
Okay.
Let's where's the Argent Order? I'm sure they'll wind up there eventually. We could just wait for them there.
The Argent Order's inside the city.
Oh, really? Well, that's inconvenient.
Well,
where's the market
hold
then?
is there, but they also have a couple of tents on the far side of the market.
Oh, okay.
I know there's a couple of them there. Some high-ranking people too. There's also some kind of diplomatic group there. I don't know. I haven't been close enough.
Diplomatic, like from Orem?
I wouldn't call Orem diplomatic, but no. Besides Orem, Orem just got here. Orem just arrived. I don't know. I don't know if they've met with actual representatives from Greylock or not. Not that they could meet with Her Grace because she's inside the city, but yeah, there's in their main tent. There's a banner there I don't recognize. So, Vanalis is here, and he looks up real sudden. I know that.
Oh, so everyone's here.
Everyone's here.
So Nasali is still in there. Is she still like in the whatchamacallit, the Caract? Is that what it was called?
It's called Caract, yeah. I don't know. Very few people go into the city anymore.
If I had to guess, I'd say that she's radiating some kind of psychic malaise. I'd say that illithids have infiltrated her brain and now they're infecting the city. But that's just my on-the-fly diagnosis.
Is this like the bunny thing? Is that...
Let's just leave the bunny in the past, alright? It made sense at the time.
Okay, so you need a scroll of fireball, and what else? What else do you need, Simon?
Well, I need to hook up with the Argent Order and get my dragon helm. But first, I think what we should do is we should head towards the market. You should keep an eye out for any places where you could maybe pick up a scroll of fireballs on the way.
You want me to leave?
No, we're going together. I told you, Davynn misses you. You guys should be friends.
I can't go.
What do you mean you can't go?
There are sick people here.
They're fucked. Forget them. Think about the living.
I can probably meet you later, but I can't just leave. I have to talk to my superior first. I have people I have to answer to. But I can meet you later. Do you know where you're gonna stay?
No, I'm pretty sure your superior would be cool with it, though. I mean, we kind of have an arrangement whereby you can travel with me.
Okay.
I could have a quick word with him with you if you'd like.
No, I don't need anybody else talking for me today.
Alright.
Can I just... You're clearly not comfortable here. I'll meet you in the market. Just let me find a maester. and I will meet you in the market, okay?
All right.
It is good that you're alive.
Yeah, you too.
Just,
How'd you get back here anyway? Did you walk?
yes, I walked.
Holy crap! It's a long walk.
I walked to Northshire and then I took a coach. It's not really important. Just be careful.
Yep. As I take a puff.
Yeah, exactly. Smoking drugs, walking out in the open.
In a medical tent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be too long.
I get there as soon as I get. People are dying. Can you just?
Yeah, but there's so many of them. I mean, you can't let it get to you. It just bum you out.
Okay. Go find the others. They're not safe on their own.
All right.
Just, I'll meet you at the market. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So Xylund puffing his pipe on his magic horse leaves a amused but exasperated Gayle to once again try and decipher what that conversation meant. Are you headed
Meanwhile,
back
there's
to
a
the
giant
market?
lightning strike in the middle of Greylock for no reason.
Because Lily suddenly felt like she was having a heart attack and hyperventilating, and so Kern shocked her heart back to normal rhythm.
This is why we can't be left alone in the slide.
No, apparently not. Apparently not.
Every time.
So are you headed back to the marketplace then, Xylund?
Yeah.
Or
I'm
okay.
gonna if I see anybody who might be possibly selling scrolls of fireballs.
Well, yeah, that's not really something. Not really something that the market would have on display.
Right.
But Darelai would be one of the best places to go.
I was just at Darelai.
No, that's what I'm saying. Darelai is the best place to ask, and you did
Okay.
ask. It's just not something that is necessarily on hand. It's usually something that has to be created.
Gotcha.
Because the only people, you would either have to have somebody who can create one, or somebody who uses them on a regular basis. So either Darelai, or one of the military orders, like the Argent Order, or.
Oh, that
Well, what
can
you
work.
should do is, as soon as you get the scroll, give it to Lily so she can copy it down so she can have it in her spell book too.
I could do that.
Before you send it, give it away.
I could do that.
By the way, Eerie, I don't know if you saw in the chat, but sometime when we have a free moment and Lily was going to take Kern and go to the medical tents to see if they could use an alchemist. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of potions and tinctures that could help, at least dull the pain in some cases.
Well, you could take a tour if you want, but most of all the administering, there isn't a secular medical force, so everything here is sort of divided up into the various churches, and if you're not a member,
They're not going to
then
want
they
help.
generally are going to turn you away.
Okay.
But yeah, they're the only kind of even secular need for medicine would come from the Argent Order, and even they usually rely pretty heavily on Church of Rildus to heal their people.
There. Fuck that.
All right, so Xylund wanders his way back to the cluster of the market where you all are shopping and wandering around.
Well, I need to go to the Temple of Aineline
Okay.
because I need to negotiate diamond stuff. I've got probably a total of how much is Electrum to gold?
It's
It's half
isn't
a
it
gold
half?
Electrum is I think it's half.
Yeah, we do this every time.
Yeah.
Because platinum is 10
No one
gold.
uses electric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Electrum's half.
Half of gold.
piece. Okay.
I'll go with you and contribute gold and a persuasion score if necessary.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I
so
guess that'd be 50
realistically,
electrum for 1 gold.
I have like 300, almost 400 gold that I can put forward to
I've got-
diamonds and resurrecting people, but that's like all my money.
I've got a little over 220.
I think we had what another 600 or so tacked onto that from other people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Lily only has copper left. Being a wizard's hard, guys.
What can these diamonds be reused? Like, or
Nope.
Nope.
No, they're consumed.
One use only. Having
Uh,
a revivify is real nice, though.
By the way, Eerie, the spell that Lily was able to copy into her spellbook from the Cathal Ross, that was the sleep spell, right?
That was a form of sleep spell, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was the Cathal Ross sleep spell is what I meant. I just wanted to make sure
Well,
I had the right one.
it's yeah.
Okay. So, whoever wants to go with me to the Temple of Inelline,
And toss their money
More-
in.
I'll join.
more than welcome. But like I said, I don't know what to expect. All I did was go there and just like work for 12 or like 10 hours and then just kind of left.
I'll join you, Kern, while Michael is while Davynn is heading to the Argent Order. I'd rather avoid that place. And
How'd you know my middle name?
No!
You know, when I was while we were speaking in the Cathal Ross stronghold, you mentioned it, I believe.
I actually don't have a last name, so I guess that would be my last one.
No.
No, I'm just Davynn from Whitfeld. No, never mind. That didn't happen. Not canon.
Not canon. God save
Yes,
me.
I'll join you, Kern, while Davynn goes to speak with the Argent Order. I'd rather stay with somebody who has an idea of what to expect here.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can find out more about what's going on here from the Argent Order. I imagine they're probably pretty deep into dealing with it.
Of course, be sure to let us know if you need any assistance or help.
Sure. Oh, also, I have 200 gold for you guys for diamonds.
Okay, so Xylund, did you want to go with Davynn then?
Well, have I met up with these guys? Or...
Yeah, we're gonna assume that you guys have all reconvened before splitting up again. So if you want to,
Yeah, I'll go with Davynn then, because I've got to go there anyway. And I'll make sure he doesn't turn himself into Rildis again.
Son of
Okay, so Xylund and Davynn are choosing to enter the city to go to the Argent Order, or are you trying to contact the Argent Order outside the city walls?
Oh, yeah, try to get in contact with Kat, too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, find out where she is, and then maybe we'll go try to meet her.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
Kern, should I go with them?
We can take care of this. Don't worry.
We should wait for Gayle. He's gonna meet me here. He shouldn't be too
Okay.
long. I told him not to be long.
If Gayle is coming, I think that each one of them are level-headed in different areas. So,
Lily gives Kern a slightly dubious look.
I feel like I should be offended, but I'm not, and I don't know what that says about me.
It says you're well aware of your flaws and that you are accepting of them. Well done, Davynn.
Oh, good. Cool. I'll take that.
Okay.
okay.
So, did
I guess
the
it's fine.
we'll do the Inelline crew first, but Xylund and Davynn, did you want to go to the tent outside the city, or did you want to try to enter the city to go to Baronhold?
I think we can go to the tent first while we're waiting for Gayle and all.
Okay.
Was Kern gonna try to contact Kat first before we split up, or because that would?
I can't send anything to her.
Yeah, he tried that and just got
Oh, that's right.
garbage.
I forgot. God damn it. Okay, yeah, tent sounds fine then. We'll start there and then see how that goes.
Okay. So, Lana, which crew are you following?
I think I've been told to go with the Enaline crew, though I'm
All right,
wary.
Inaline it is.
I just am imagining how great the Argent Order is going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be
Oh man.
Which is
Yeah,
another reason why Lily is going to avoid that group.
The Argent Order group is gonna be.
Have we
awesome.
mentioned we have a wizard with us? Oh, you want to meet her? She's
Lily,
right
Lily's
here.
standing there. It's like, yeah. So I could probably talk to Lily here. She's a wizard, but do you have any scrolls of Fireball? Lily's just like already booking it for the hills.
All right, so Inaline crew heads off. Inaline is fairly easy to find. It is the last tent, kind of towards the water, as you would imagine. Still sort of pressed up against this new stone wall. So as you guys leave the marketplace, you sort of drift towards the new stone wall, the darker stone wall. And as you pass it, every now and again, you see an individual casting a spell. It looks like they are creating and fortifying this wall constantly, over and over and over again.
Do it for a year and it's permanent.
So this is clearly new construction, and it doesn't appear to just be clerics, judging by the dress. It seems that there are druids here as well, people that don't have any particular holy symbol, and instead are dressed in sort of woodsman garb. So this is some sort of joint project that's going on. And as you kind of follow this wall along towards the water, getting closer to the camp of Inaline, it's not really a banner, because they don't really have a banner. It's like somebody gave them one. It's a flag flying. It's a bit of green, and it's got Elvish written across it. But it's got sort of a tree that's been painted onto one end, and then somebody got clever and decided to decorate it. So not only does it have the painted tree and the Elvish, but someone has stuck like a little dagger into the pole end of it to secure it. So it's got this little dagger hanging there now, and little odds and ends and things that kind of catch the sunlight dangle from the bottom hem of this makeshift flag as you pass it.
Nice.
This is the Elves camp.
Do I recognize anybody from Camp Finalis?
Yeah, this is Camp Finalis, and you do see Stohana. It's a very small group. This whole group is maybe a dozen people tops. And Stohana's the only one that you recognize, because she's pretty identifiable. She doesn't notice you, though. She's basically, again, they're Camp Finalis, so they're doing what Camp Finalis does, which is sit around and drink.
Well, at least we have somewhere to crash and party tonight.
But yeah, they Twinkie has risen. They have sort of claimed this little spot. It's not far from the tents of Inaline. It's only a couple hundred feet, so you can definitely pass them by as you head to that temple, or to that tent. But yeah, this little group from Finalis, very identifiable in their dress, and they're just kind of kicking back and doing what they do best.
You
Looking
seem
relaxed.
rather interested in this camp, Kern. Do you know them?
I know one of them.
Really? Which one?
And I point out Stohana. They kind of took us in when we first all met together, and I think we're on good terms still. Anyways, I'm just gonna drop in quick, say hey. It was fun the last time we stayed with these guys, so I think it might be, see if it'd be cool if we could, hang out later tonight and bring everybody back, because I know Xylund and Davynn would probably be interested in seeing these guys, seeing Stohana again.
You think you're still on good terms? Did something happen?
No, it's just let's just say their mental state varies from time to time, and
Ah, so this is where Xylund got it from.
no, this is just what kicked it into overdrive. He's always been like that.
All right, so you want
Anyways.
to pop in on Stohana?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you approach this lollygagging group of wild elves hanging out, and Stohana, once I mean, they don't seem to be alarmed at your approach or anything, but one of them does kind of point at you and call it Stohana, who jumps up from next to the fire, recognizes you immediately, and runs up. This is Kern.
Oh.
Haven't seen you in forever. What are you doing here? Well, I guess you can kind of be here if you want to be here, but why are you here?
I got business with your neighbors over there, but I just wanted to stop by because I saw that you guys were here and saw you hanging around. And
Special mission. Yeah, they only trust the best.
well, then they don't trust me then.
No, I meant me. And she punches you in the shoulder.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I mean, I just assumed that was the case.
Oh, of course. Where's everybody else? She kinda looks
They're
over your
running
shoulder.
errands. Davynn and Xylund, I'm sure would be ecstatic to meet you. You guys free tonight?
We should be, unless the big boss says otherwise. We're escorting a very important person. So if she says jump, well, you just better jump and not ask anything at all. But if not, and we're kind of hoping not, then yeah, absolutely, we'll be here. Tell Xylund that our stores are a little low, but he's still welcome to come hang out if he wants to.
Okay. I'm sure Davynn will be absolutely ecstatic to see you as well.
Yes, Davynn and she points to Lily, a new friend and whatever.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is Lily and Lana. They started traveling with us.
Oh, there are actually two of you. I thought that was just me. Okay. Well, I'm Stohana of
Liliscea
Dramatis.
Lanfryd. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise, welcome to, well, our humble abode for the moment. You are always welcome here with us, if you would like. Bring food, though, because we didn't. And, yeah.
Of course. Thank you for the invitation. If you don't mind my asking, who are you escorting? If that's not something that needs to be kept secret of us.
Well, I mean, I guess I could tell you, because I'm in charge. She kind of sidles up next to you and whispers in a very kind of conspiratorial, but still absolutely perceivable stage whisper. We have a Decimterre.
Would I know what a Decimterre is at all?
Roll religion.
I'm sure I'm decent at religion. Where's my religion? Religion. Come on, religion. Yeah.
Decimterre are highly placed and highly specialized clerics of Kalishan. They are very powerful. They're kind of a mix of cleric and druid, but they are also a group that practices primal magic or blood magic. At least they're rumored to. But they're very as far as status wise, they're considered to be kind of high priests in a way, but they're separate from the day-to-day religion. They don't run communities. They don't really have temples. They're kind of like the voice of Kalishan. They only come out when big shit goes down.
Really? And they're accepted here. I know that people can be rather intolerant, yeah?
Who's gonna turn down a priestess of Kalishan? Let alone one that can, like, make your head explode from 30 paces.
Fair. Very, very fair. I was just asking because some of the things I've heard about them suggest that they don't really care for the regulations the other churches have in some of the things they practice.
The whole camp just starts to laugh. The whole camp just kind of
It's okay,
busts up.
Lily. Everything will become clear tonight.
Stohana just kind of slips her arm around Lily's shoulders and kind of grabs on and gives her a squeeze. Says, you have to bring this one back, Kern. You have to.
Yeah, definitely will.
But we won't keep you. We don't ever want to keep a servant of Inaline waiting, of course. But come back, and we'll hang out and we'll talk. But if you see a very tall woman with bones through her shoulders, approach respectfully.
What else would
course,
you
and
do?
I'd be delighted to return as well. I think it's fairly fascinating, and I always enjoy conversing with new people and learning new things.
Oh, we love teaching people new things. Yes, please bring this one back. And the other one, she's adorable. Bring them all back.
She's also a really good musician, so you know how you guys love music.
Perfect. Yes, that is perfect. Yes, come back. Assuming you don't have other things to do. I know you're a big deal these days, and what have you. But yes, unless you see bones and tall, and then maybe not so much. But other than that, you're welcome in our camp.
All right. Thanks, Johanna.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
She lets go of Lily, pokes her in the shoulder as she walks away.
Lily just takes a moment to relax after being suddenly grabbed without expecting it, and it's just like, well, she's lively.
I like them.
Yeah, they're fun.
Ari likes Fidelis. All right, so you do make it over to Inaline, which is a little more organized than the Fidelis camp, but not by much. It is a tent. They do have a proper flag, and inside there seems to be some measure of order, although it is kind of a ramshackle order. There are tables lined up where people are prepping food. Looks to be mostly dried fish, and there's not a whole lot of it. There's probably 2-3 dozen people here. You don't see a whole lot of sick as much as you see folks that are injured. A lot of them have bandaged hands, or they've got their arms in slings. They're for Lily and Lana, it would be a bit of an experience, because these people are all men of the sea. Yes, so there's this is basically you've walked into a pirate bar is what you've walked into. There's a lot of men. Everyone is heavily tattooed. Almost every person you see is pretty heavily tattooed, as was Camp Vanalis, but the tattoos for the Church of Inaline are different. They're obviously more nautical themed, and they tend to be more rustic than Vanalis, which is more elven, refined tattooing. But almost everyone is heavily tattooed here, including the clerics. And it's a weird. So they're obviously trying to keep their own spirits up. There's a lot of card playing, and people telling stories, and it seems like they're drinking, but the stores are pretty low. There's a lot of half mugs, and it seems like the clerics are spending about half their time preparing food and about half their time trying to keep this crew under control.
Lily is
difficult,
trying.
though.
Lily is trying her best not to stare at everything and everyone, and is failing miserably.
There's a lot to stare at here. There's a lot of local color crammed into this one little tent.
Kern's gonna search the room for Elu.
Yeah, Elu is definitely here. Elu is once again manning the barbecue as she attempts to effectively dry out this fish in order to stretch it further. She looks pretty harried.
Nice.
Have you guys seen Elu? I know Kern has, but I don't know if
No,
you
we've
guys
not.
have seen Elu. Let me pop her up then. I got out
Honestly,
a picture
Kern,
just in case.
I'm not quite sure if you fit in perfectly with these people or not at all.
I don't know either.
It's rather confusing. On the one hand, it feels like you do, and then on the other, you couldn't be more different. Is this typical for a gathering of the followers of Eileen?
I don't know. This is only the second time I've been here.
Have you been to many
He's
others?
new.
No, not really. We grew up with my family worshipping Eston, but that was very, like, straightforward and kind of rigid. But this is all new to me. And like I said, I was only here for a day in like the main temple, so I don't know what to expect. But Elu
Well,
seems nice enough.
If we find another Church of Eileen or gathering, I'd be very interested in seeing if this is typical of them. Lily pulls out a notebook and starts jotting down a few notes.
You don't have to. Never mind.
Alright.
Alright.
I'll go up and approach Elu, and I'll be like, need any help with that?
She looks a little startled at your voice, but glances up. Yeah, Elu's really hot. She is.
Wow.
Yeah. Elu is an attractive female. She looks a little harried, but like her motions are still pretty fluid, and she seems to have mastered the multitasking of continuing to cook while talk to people. She does. She's super cool. She smiles at you and has an instant moment of recognition, of course, Kern. She says, I think I've got the fish handled. It's such as there is. It's good to see you, though. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know it has. Thank you again for the last time. Trying to put my head in decent space and kind of change my way of thinking about things. We finally made our way back to Greylock. We've been traveling all over the place.
Well, I'm glad you're safe, but not the best the city has ever been, I'm afraid.
Yeah, what? Why is everybody outside? I know that they like you guys are obviously being evacuated, and what's the place that's come to us? Or
Orem?
Orem, yeah, and Orem's at the gate. Like it's, jeez, I imagine things are pretty screwed up here.
She kind of laughs very softly. Again, for Lily and Lana, Elu is one of those people. She's just an exceedingly gentle individual. So her voice is kind of soft, and her movements are very quick but very soft. And she's just one of those people.
Lily is definitely finds this more preferable to the excitable people who hug her without without warning.
She is 180 from Stohana. She is absolutely calm. She's very soft spoken. Again, in contrast to the slightly muted boisterousness, but generally boisterous nature of the people in the tent with her. But she says, well, I know for us, it all started when the ship started to burn.
Just on their own?
It was strange. We would smell smoke. And of course, we all run, and we could never find the fire. But an hour or two later, that boat would be sunk. It was this. I have never seen anything like it. Alarm bells would ring in the city, and we would hear them. We would send people, some of the men that wanted to help. We don't have much in the way of, temple guards per se, but
Yeah.
they would go and offer to help, but there was never an enemy. There was never anything there.
But things would
Perhaps-
still happen.
But people would die. The derelict clerks would be burying folks that we had just talked to earlier that day. They'd been found dead in their homes or in the city center, and nobody saw what happened.
Was
Necks
there
had been
any?
broken, but no one saw anything.
Is it possible that, for the ships at least, is it possible that the fire may have been set below the surface? There are some fires that will burn even underwater.
Oh, we check. Ships are precious to us, and yeah, we would never find any evidence of fire. And even the ships that sank, when we would try and salvage them, the wood doesn't even look scorched. But you could see where it had crumbled.
Seems like there's some sort of some powerful magics are being at play here. Then I can't see any other reason that this would occur.
We thought it was just the harbor, but as we saw it spread throughout the rest of the city, clearly it wasn't, so we had to shut the harbor down. That was the first thing that happened. The harbor was shut down, and trade was stopped. We stopped accepting ships, and I believe land trade stopped as well, and that didn't seem to help. It just got worse, and people kept getting sick until we all just left.
Those that you found dead, you said their necks were snapped.
Sometimes.
Was there any bruising on the neck or head?
She just kind of puts her hands up. I don't. Darla handles that. We don't deal with dead bodies. We burn our dead.
Apologies, I didn't mean to be intrusive.
No, it's fine. I'm not sure how the rest of the temples dealt with their dead. I know how we dealt with ours.
By the way, Iyith,
yeah.
this is Lily and
Yes.
Lana.
So sorry.
Lana,
Iyith.
this is Iyith.
Forgive my rudeness. Yes.
It's a trying time, and she kind of laughs as she pulls everything off the fire and starts to set it out. It's a very trying time. It's unfortunate that you've come back now when everything's so wrong. The most amazing thing to me is there are people still inside.
Still?
In the city, yeah. There's still holdouts in there. I know most of the bandit brigade is still in there. Some stubborn folks that don't want to give up their homes. But mostly it's military. We haven't heard... we don't hear much from them, but every now and again we'll smell the smoke.
And Mysali and everybody else is still there too?
We have not seen Her Grace in... well... since the funeral pronouncement, I don't believe we've seen Her Grace. Even the order to evacuate was given by her general and not Her Grace herself.
Funeral pronouncement.
Was that or
Yeah. I'm sorry. We heard, and Her Grace did command a time of mourning in their honor.
Yeah.
But that was the last we'd heard of her.
Well, guess something was really wrong. Well, I don't know if something was really wrong. We probably wouldn't even know about it. That's part of the reason why we came back, is because we heard things were weird and bad here. And
Things are weird and bad. She kind of laughs a little bit. Things are definitely
I know that's an
weird and
understatement.
bad.
I know.
No. It's yeah, things are weird and bad. There doesn't seem to be much of a solution right now. It's all we can do to keep people fed and entertained. Nothing worse than a sailor who can't sail, you know. They start to get restless.
Believe me, I know. All everybody knows.
What of Horum? Is there some kind of response planned? Is there anybody capable of planning that? I know it's difficult in this time of hardship, but is there anything that's able to be done?
Well, that depends, I suppose. We don't have a fleet, so that rules that out. I mean, there are plenty of military orders that could handle that sort of thing. The Order, and of course, we have Grennan and Rildis that are able to hold their own. But I wouldn't mind taking a day cruise out and sinking their ships there. Not that any such thing has been suggested to me or
Oh,
to
absolutely not.
anyone under this tent. We would even consider sinking the fleet of an invading nation. I would pity anyone that would try and take this city by force. Let's leave it at that.
Well, I am certainly praying for the success of everyone here. I can't think of a single individual that would be glad to see an Aurum occupation of the city.
Oh, I can think of a few, but nobody who
Aurum.
matters. Besides Aurum, yeah. And from what I understand, there aren't very many of them at the moment. There's only a
Leave it.
handful.
Even a few in number sympathetic could be dangerous.
I don't think anyone, even those who dislike Her Grace, I don't think anyone's in a hurry to see Orm take over. Other than a few of the more militant-minded. But we shall see. As far as I know, there's only, again, a small forward company, and they've only just arrived. Let's see how that plays out, I suppose. But in the meantime, we focus on keeping everyone fed and safe as we can, and keep this crew in ale as best as possible. It's helpful that Vanalis came as they did.
Yeah, that's all.
It gives the crew someone to carouse with at night.
Well, we'll probably be joining them tonight as well.
Oh, that would be lovely. What are your plans precisely? Your group.
And, well, much as, like, we came to check up on you guys and everything, we're trying to help out the best we can, and some of the reasons that I came over here was to ask you guys for help on a couple of things.
How can we help?
One of our friends from the Church of Darrelai said that certain components for rituals and like divine spellcasting need material components such as diamonds and like other hard to come by things, and that the churches have stockpiles of those.
Yes. Never underestimate the greed of holy men.
Yeah, and we're trying to sort this out and help in the best way we can, but thing is, it's going to be putting us in danger, and to be completely honest, like, I'm not exactly sure what I can do, but I just have this feeling that we're going to need some supplies in case shit hits the fan.
Okay. Oh, well, we do have some. Not many, but a few that I can offer. And she kind of goes towards the back, towards the actual physical wall that their tent is up against,
Right.
and rifles through some boxes. And she comes up with a small handful. This is what we have. And it would be enough for it would be enough for about half the Revivify. It's about 150.
Oh. I mean, I appreciate the gesture, but I think, if there'd be a way that we could potentially get more, or who we'd have to talk to, too.
Rildis.
Rildis?
Rildis has the largest stores. They always do. But, and so she tucks those back away in the pouch and puts those away and comes out with a scroll. Why don't you take this instead? I imagine you will be in dangerous situations before the day is out. If maybe a day or two reprieve, but I know you. This may help. So she hands you the scroll.
I give it a cautious look since Kern can't read good. And
I'm
kind of
gonna
be
look
like,
over his shoulder just in case.
and I'll
So
kind of
will
like turn
Lily,
it
since
over
she...
to the both of them as I open it up.
It is a scroll. It's a spell scroll, specifically. It is a spell scroll for Word of Recall.
Word of
Yes.
recall.
Pick a place.
Wait, don't you teleport with that?
Yeah.
It is, but it's a divine spell where
teleport.
you decide where your sanctuary is, and then you can
So we
use
won't
it.
split in half, is what I'm hearing.
You should be divinely protected as long as the place that you choose is one that will accept you.
Such as
Noted.
the Church of Inoline.
Such as Church of Inoline, such as any place that the local protection would accept you.
That's cool.
So that's what you can have.
Lily looks a little jealous.
I go and give her a hug.
Oh.
Hug this massive woman who hugs you back.
We are
Well,
grateful for...
it is the least we can do, and honestly, if you're going to attempt to get anything out of Rildis, you might need a a quick exit.
Appreciate it.
And just be careful with them. They're a little cranky these days.
Two more things.
Mm-hmm.
One, who's your best tattooist here?
Well, if you ask them, and she kind of hooks a thumb over at the crew assembled at the tables, they will say they all are. But if you would like my actual opinion, Rogan is our longest standing tattooist, and he is exceptionally skilled. And he has tattooed me several times.
I just want a little bit of a reminder of something.
You don't have to explain here. I'm sure he'd be more than happy if you bring him alcohol to do anything you like. We are running a little low.
I'll have to search for some of that then. Okay. Well, and then one more thing.
Of course.
So like I said, I don't know how this stuff with Inoline works. But for some reason, like, I've just been like understanding things, or like been able to do more and more things as like time has progressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I've recently gotten the ability to look in on other people.
Ah.
Yeah. And I looked for my twin sister and saw that she might be going through something very similar to like what I went through.
That frightens you?
I don't know what to feel. Does this happen often that like Annalene just finds somebody and is like, here, go figure it out by yourself?
She just laughs. I would dare to say that most of the chosen of Inaline would probably describe it that way. Those of us who come to her generally don't do so through soul searching and practice. It tends to be just something we become. Inaline scoops up sort of the flotsam of the world and picks out that which she thinks is valuable. So if you believe your sister might be marked by Inaline, that would be a good thing, ideally. Inaline generally guides us where we need to go, even if she might throw a few storms in the path.
Alright, well, if she ends up coming through here looking for answers, I don't know. You still appeared to be at home now, but she is. Set her up okay. Set her up good. And
Well, of course, if she blows our way, we'll take care of her as we do everybody.
tell her I love her and miss her.
Of course.
Name would be Fennel, or introduce yourself as Elle.
Elle. I will remember that. And we will always search the skies for her.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
And definitely should be. I think we should probably head back and meet up with the rest of our crew. But if you guys are wanting to party with Vanellis tonight, we'll be over there.
I don't think there's any choice when dealing with the children of Kalishin. I think if they're around, you're pretty much obligated.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will see you tonight, and perhaps we can help get everyone into better spirits.
Okay. I think that'd be good.
Good. Well, it was lovely to meet you, and good to
Okay.
see you, Kern.
Awesome.
Don't
Much-
worry so much.
Much the same. It was definitely a pleasure. Thank you.
She turns back to her fish.
Cool.
As we walk away, Lily's just gonna lean into Kern. I didn't know you had a twin yourself, Kern.
Yeah. Twin sister.
You spoke fondly of her. I assume you're very close.
We were. Haven't seen her in 6 years.
Quite a
Except for,
long time.
when I actually looked in on her, then I might have seen her. Yeah, then I saw her.
Quite a long time. Have you thought about maybe reaching out? I mean, I remember what you told me about family, so
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't worked up the courage to do it quite yet.
well, just remember she's only ascending away, and if your relationship with her is anything like mine with my sister, I'm sure she'd be glad to hear from you even after all this time.
Well, I
Especially-
think she'd be surprised that a random voice of mine just appeared in her head.
If she's
I
undergoing
think
the
she'd
same.
freak out first, but yeah.
Well, from what I understand, pranks among siblings can be entertaining, but if she's going through the same thing as you are, as you indicated, then perhaps she wouldn't be so surprised.
Okay. I'll think about it. Thanks, Lily.
Of course, if you ever need or desire to talk, I'm always willing to listen. May not be the best with people, but I do care.
Thanks. Okay. Alright, you two, let's go see what the other three have gotten themselves into.
It's just follow the fire.
So, wait, you mean at the Order?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
It's
suppose
better
that's
to like
fine.
be in a group and we know that we won't say anything about like anything.
We're not the
And-
ones we have to worry about
Yeah,
revealing us.
so like if they start doing stuff, we'll just pretend like we don't know who they are.
Of course.
And then if
I
worse
admit-
comes to worse, I got this baby and I hold up the scroll.
Don't you have to set that first?
Yeah, you have to pick your sanctuary before you can use it.
Let's
Well, the Church of Enaline gave us the scroll, so perhaps the Church
So
of Enaline
for
can be
right
our
now-
sanctuary.
can I change it like after I set it?
I believe so. I think as long as you set it before you use it, it should be okay.
Alright.
As long
Right
as
now
it's
I'll
someplace you know.
set it as the tent.
Okay.
Um, Yes, forgive me, it's a little irrational, but a part of me is afraid that they'll just look at me and know. You know, they are rather adept at what they do.
Well, then we can just sit outside and wait for him to come out then.
If you'd rather
fine.
go inside, I can set aside my fear, but of course I'll leave that up to you.
I've got your back. We'll be fine.
Well, we'll see. We'll make a game time call.
Not sure what that means, but sure.
All right.
Okay. So as you guys wander your way back toward the other side of the encampment, we've got Xylund, Davynn, and then Gayle eventually as he comes running up behind you.
See?
Wandering over.
Davynn, it's Gayle. Gayle, it's Davynn.
Gayle!
He's out of breath. I know.
I'm gonna run up and hug him.
Okay. He he allows himself to be hugged as he huffs and puffs. Okay. I just
Hey,
thought
how you been? You
Oh.
look kind of stressed out and tired.
Orem is at the tent.
At the
Okay.
Wait,
tent.
what?
Orem's at the tent.
Oh, maybe we should go see what that's about.
Yeah, priority number one. Let's go back.
No, they're at the Argent Order tent.
Oh,
That's why I came to warn you. It's
Oh.
so two birds with one stone. All right, let's go see.
Well,
you
hold
want to go
on.
see?
Let's. If they're at the tent and they are not fighting, maybe we shouldn't start a fight.
No, I wasn't going to start a fight. I just wanted to see what's going on.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gayle joins you. He catches his breath as y'all walk. And yeah, I know, 8 wisdom. And you make your way to, again, easily the largest of the sort of tent complexes in this encampment. There are multiple tents that fly the colors of the Argent Order, but there's only one that has both the Argent Order and the symbol of Greylock, as well as a third banner that you don't recognize. The symbology isn't familiar to you.
I poke Gayle. What's that one?
Oh, what?
That flag.
I don't know. It looks kind of familiar.
Would it be safe to say that Orem is the standard bad guys of pulp novels?
Orem is kind of the monolithic evil. Orem was a very strong military economy before the crack, and after the crack, they just got stronger. The crack sundered the mountains behind their castle, much as it did in Loreholt, but it just gave them more access to the metal that they needed for their armies. So yeah, Orem has a bad habit of sailing everywhere and taking stuff over. They basically control their own continent. They have had multiple failed attempts to take over Valwall, to take over Estersea, to take over Iabera. They are your very typical stormtrooper style monolithic evil. Highly
So, like-
militaristic and don't give a shit.
Like how in our world, Russia was like the standard bad guys in pulp novels for a little
Yeah,
while. Would I
yeah.
recognize Orem symbology from that?
Oh yeah, you would know, or everyone would know Orem symbol. Orem symbol is a diamond. It's a massive diamond.
Of course it is.
It's a massive diamond on a crimson standard. Their city was called the Diamond City because, much like Greylock, it was made with a lot of white stone, but since the crack, it's actually become all sooted and gray and black because of the amount of industry that they do with smelting and manufacture of weapons and armor. But yeah, they are very much, they are your standard bad guy. They are you can have them be Russia in the pulp novels, or they can be like in America's cinema. They would be, again, your like Star Wars English bad guys.
I
They're
see them.
stormtroopers.
I see them as the Empire.
Yeah, they're very much the Empire. They're very much the monolithic, very unfeeling, very steamrolly.
All right.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I don't recognize this as Orem.
No, the third banner is not Orem. It's actually kind of muted browns and grays and greens. It's not the bright crimson that is mostly associated with Orem.
Is your brother going to be here, Gayle?
Oh god, I hope not.
So how'd that come about? Like, why'd he join up with Orem if you're not from Orem?
Military training. My oldest brother stations in Valwall. Orem has some of the best military training in the world, and that's where he wanted to go.
Wait, you have a brother?
I have 3
Phineas.
brothers.
Oh, and one of them is joined up with Orem.
He's a
He,
Death.
he is. He's been with the hunters for years now. They brought him in the advance party because he knows the area. Obviously.
Oh, well, that's not comforting.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. But that's how I know. That's how I know there are some members of the advance party at the big tent, and Xylund said he had to talk to the order, and I assumed he wasn't silly enough to try and go inside the city. So,
Why don't we want to go into the city?
Well, have you taken a look at it? It's all evil and shit.
Oh,
The
right,
walls
yeah.
are black.
Okay.
Well, the walls are dark because it's new stone, and that's the spell. Never mind.
No. Keep on. What were you gonna say there? I like to learn things.
The
Go
spell.
ahead.
The walls are being created by the clerics and the druids who have come to help. That's why they're dark.
Well, so they're not actually walls.
Well, they are. They're conjured walls, not the normal walls.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. So, does that mean we can't? Are they one way? Like, could we pass through them from this direction, or?
There's a gate. It's stone. You can touch it. There's a
Oh.
gate though, but you don't want to go in there. Only crazy people are left in there.
As if some kind of psychic malaise has overtaken them, driving them mad.
No, they're just
Perhaps.
crazy for staying in there. There's no food in there.
Okay.
I think it's just military anyway.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's also not promising. We were kind of hoping to get in there.
Oh, you could go, and I'm sure they would let you. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna have to mount some kind of rescue attempt to free Nisali from the bonds of despondency that shackle her and are making her radiate this psychic malaise.
Have you ever considered poetry, Xylund?
That's what I have Gayle for.
Gayle looks over at
But like
Davynn.
real talk,
It's-
I feel like you would be good at it.
Is he getting worse, Davynn, or no? Or...
Who, Xylund?
Yeah.
He's about at the same level, I'd say. Maybe a little bit worse. Maybe I just get more used to him.
Well, we have a guy who grows mushrooms now, so I mean that can't be helping things.
It's helping your mood at least.
That's true.
That's probably not. This is not the time for that conversation. Okay, just be best behavior. And he kind of sidles up to Davynn for a moment. I do know that their sensors are screwy right now, so you should be okay.
Sensors?
Oh yeah, the whole city is basically a magical detection zone.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I've been here before.
Mm-hmm. But out here, they can't. It's difficult to maintain that level of concentration, so you'll be okay.
Okay, that changes the context of the last time we were here.
We were under Nasali's protection last time.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. And now, no Nasali, so no protection, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright. So you all approach the Argent Order tent, which is ringed with guards. Of course. Now you can see beyond the ring of guards inside the tent itself, because most of the flaps are up. And there are people that you know. Well, know, quote unquote, inside. There are definitely raised voices in there. There are two figures, both in military armor, military style armor. One's got a big red cloak, and the guy sitting next to him does not. But they are arguing with two other people that you do recognize. One is a bald half-elf, pretty tall, in the silver armor of the Bandit Brigade, and the other is a massive half-orc with gray skin and a big ol' war bow. And those two individuals you have seen before, and Davynn would recognize from his trading card collection as members of the Argent Order, high-ranking members of the Argent Order, that you ran into when you were in the waiting room to see Nasali for the first time.
I remember.
Yep. And they are having a heated discussion with the red-cloaked gentleman, and who the other guy appears to be that one's superior, in as much as he's doing most of the speaking. And there are also a handful of others that are sitting around there that look very out of place. There's no military armor here. They look more like druids than anything, and one cloaked figure sitting off to the side on this massive table, all having a discussion. As you kind of get closer, a younger guard, comes running up. He doesn't have much insignia, and he's got leather armor, so he's not terribly high up the totem. But he comes flying up. Like, you guys can't be here. I mean, stop. In the name of the realm of Greylock, state your business.
I left a dragon skull with you guys.
I'm Davynn from Whitfeld.
You were going to make a
Shrillsteel.
pad out of it. I've come to collect. It was on Nasali's orders. There should be no payment necessary.
Also what he's saying.
Yes. And this is Davynn from Whitfeld.
I'm from the Church of Rillis in Whitfeld.
This is Gayle from Darelai, or of Darelai, I guess. From Greylock. We're all from Greylock except for Davynn, who's from Whitfeld. So we're all good here. We're all fine.
How are you?
We're here to help. In whatever way we can.
Yeah, you guys sent Team Charisma. Okay. So the guard looks a little confused for a moment. He's like, Xylund, Davynn. One
Gayle.
sec.
Don't forget Gayle. Gayle's a person.
Gayle. He points at Gayle. Just stay right here, okay? And he goes back to the ring of guards. The conversation going on in the tent has not abated. And a moment
I know this
later,
is probably a bad idea given my stat, but can we hear what the conversation is about?
You can make any perception roll you want to make. You're so good at
I
this.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously a heated discussion, but you're not sure what they're talking about. And Xylund is out of his gourd.
What about Gayle, though?
Well, I can roll Gale's perception. Because Gale's got a character sheet now and everything.
What? That means he's
I-
a person.
Well, he's always had a paper one, but I've loaded him up into
Oh.
Rolled Anvil now.
They have a character sheet. That means they're a person and they're important.
I need to get Cat, but for the people up here too. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yes, you guys do have decent charisma. I know. I like to make fun of you. So Gayle kind of leans in, his face in between you two, and he said, "Well, Orm's there," nodding towards the red cloaked and the other guy. And that's the order. I think I recognize the druid in the back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I think he might be from Her Grace's homeland. I think that's why that symbol looks so familiar. It's part of her coat of arms.
What's her homeland?
She's from the Saraday.
Okay, out of game. Would I know that?
No.
Okay, what is that? I'll ask Gayle then. What is that?
It's one of the nomadic tribes. Wanders the mire outside of Balwall.
Oh. She's from them?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Maybe they'll know how to fix her once we rescue her from whatever is.
What was it you said last time? Something about
Malaise?
despair and...
Yeah, despondency. The bonds of despondency. Psychic malaise, all that.
The bonds of despond... Can we just talk about that? The acronyms that you used there? The bonds of despondency.
It's not important. Moving on.
It's
All right.
absolutely important.
So
Those you guys
they're
are.
they're like the Ladani clan then, just with a different location.
Well, I mean, they're nomadic. There are lots of semi-barbaric, semi-druidic, nomadic clans of the Mire. Some work in federation with one another, some don't. But that's kind of the origin myth of Nosali, was that her people tend to be dark-skinned and dark-haired, and she is clearly not. So when she was born, she was considered an ill omen and was cast out of her tribe as an infant, but she was eventually adopted and raised, and that's when her powers began to manifest themselves when she was young, growing up in Valwall. And that's how the Amaskins found her. So that's kind of her origin story, although the actual name of the tribe and stuff like that, that would be like the deep lore dive for the nerds, but the general knowledge of Nosali is just that she was born to the people of the Mire. So, but yeah, those are her people. So yes, as you guys are standing there talking about Xylund's waxing poetical about the bonds of despondency, another guard runs up. The first guard runs up and another joins him. Also a younger guy, maybe a year or two older than Davynn, but looks fairly familiar, potentially. He seems to know you guys, though.
Do we know him?
You would probably remember him as Mac and Cheese.
Who's mac and cheese?
Yes,
that
I
you-
remember this.
The guy that you guys were telling everything to?
Yeah, McCarran.
Oh,
The little baby guard who was assigned to you the first time you were in Karokt.
Ah,
He
I remember
comes
now.
running up, yes. Recognizes, of course, Xylund and Davynn. And it's like, you guys, you're here.
Yeah, we're here. Hi, Mac and...
McCarran.
Cheese. Mac and Karen. I knew it. Got it in one.
Save. I mean, we've heard so many stories. it's just really exciting that you guys are here.
Yeah, we're pretty cool. So I left.
White
a
people tell
dragon's
stories
code.
about us now?
So you guys will start talking again. Yeah, all kinds of stories. Well, I mean, we heard about, about the druidess and your little friend, and her grace, wanted to make sure that they were remembered. So she had this wicked morning, and it was this big festival kind of thing. And I think she dedicated some of the trees in the garden to her, to the young druidess. But then
Were
we
those
were
the
all
ones that she planted?
no, different one. I think that
What
one
happened to
died.
those?
That one,
Oh,
I think
really?
that one died. I think that one died.
Probably died when Animal did, since it was basically a creation of
died.
pure
But-
magic.
We heard so many stories about everything,
Yeah?
but yeah, we heard
Wait,
that.
hold on. What do you mean everything?
Well, we heard that you guys were battling dragons, and that the druidess and your little friend died during one of those battles, and that you had conquered the riddle of the Tower of Dawn Lake, and all kinds of information.
Oh, cool. Who's spreading these tales anyway? Was it Cat? Where is
Mm,
Cat?
the captain?
Yeah.
Captain doesn't really talk to anybody. I heard it from a bard, actually.
Oh, yeah?
So-
Wait. Do you remember his name?
I think it was just one of the, I don't know, it was some dive bar after work one night. I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay, well, where was that? I kind of want to, talk to him, figure out where he's getting his information from, because I don't think we told many people about this.
Oh, I don't know. It was some time ago. I don't know if he's still even, I mean, not that we have a city, but I don't even know if he's still around here. I haven't seen him since.
Just for the record, all of what he's saying is true. We fought dragons and we won, and we are heroes.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. And we need a dragon killer right now.
Is there a dragon?
Well, you haven't seen it?
No. Is it
Yeah.
what's your face? The voiceless? Dugo the
What?
voiceless. Is it that
What?
one?
Huh?
Well, it looks like we know more about this than you do, being
Well,
dragon
I would
experts.
think so. Yeah, and you guys are famous.
Right. So where is it?
I don't know where it is. It flies over every now and again. You stick around long enough and you'll see it.
Oh shit!
Okay.
We're gonna kill a dragon, Davynn.
I feel like this is another thing that we have to deal with, and we already have a lot of things to deal with.
Right. This is jumped up to number 1 on the list, though. We got a dragon orb. There's a dragon. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, we need a dragon help.
Silence! Okay. McCarran, real quick, I just need to get this clear. What's the deal with Orem right now? Are they not actively attacking, right?
He kind of like looks around and leans in a little bit. Those two in there are like the big generals. I think they're pretty high in I guess the army. That's what they're fighting about right now. Orem says they want to help, and they're bringing in men to do that, but Sergeant Clanripper's not having it, and they want inside the city, but the order won't let them in.
That's a good thing, probably.
Yeah.
Don't think we can really trust Orem.
No. But you also can't stop their men from showing up. Right now, it sounds like it's just a handful of guys, and they're all just, they're talk, but they're hunters too, and you know what they say about them, and so there aren't a whole lot of us. We're all spread pretty thin, with everyone being hurt and the stuff going on inside the city, and half of us are out here and half of us are out there, and there's even more of us kind of out trying to keep what farmlands we have left going, and we got a whole group of the Slayers Guild out trying to find this dragon. And
Right. Well, who do we talk to figure out how we can help best? We can. There's a lot of things we could do. The dragon thing sounds pretty cool. That sounds like something I kind of want to do, but, you know, if that's...
I think this is all connected though. Like, I don't know. Like, could it be that? No, that doesn't work. I'd so badly want it all to be connected though. Like, if we go rescue Nasali, somehow that involves a dragon fight to save her from the dragon. I don't know how all of this would be. Yeah, I don't see how it connects. But it should.
It would
goddammit,
definitely be cool. It would totally be cool. I just want you to know that this would be number 2 person that we saved from a dragon.
Who's the first one?
Balin, technically?
Technically.
Well, that
think-
didn't turn out. Maybe we should just scratch that one off the. Whatchamacallit.
Alright, number 1 person we saved from a dragon would be more important. Alright, well,
Do you
I guess
want
we
in?
need to. I think we
or-
just need. Yeah, we kind of want in, but we need to find Cat still.
Cat's is Baron Hold. Cat's still in the city.
Oh, she is?
It's her and a couple of her men and a couple more people from the bandit brigade because of her grace. You know, they have to protect her grace. That's their job.
Right. So what's the deal with her grace? Is she like trapped in character, bound by the bonds of despondency and such?
As he says this, Davynn starts snapping.
All I know, it was really weird those last few days in the castle. It was really weird. It got cold all the time, and I don't know. They evacuated all of us out, all of her handmaidens, all the staff, all of the guards, even her personal guards. They were all ordered to leave. But it was, I mean, not by her. We haven't seen her. It was just, yeah. The last few days before the evacuation were bizarre. You'd hear all kinds of noises at night, and there were all these weird visitors, and I don't know.
Like weird visitors, as in weird spectral visitors, or just weird people?
Kind of
Could be both.
Yeah, it could be both.
Could be.
It sounds
Uh,
like she needs to be thawed by the flames of love. So maybe that was where I would come in this rescue situation. Remind her of her abiding affection for me and reach her that way. But then the dragon swooped down from above.
Alright, so,
and that's where you come in, Davynn.
I actually came here for something else other than just trying to figure out what was going on. I kind of need some supplies.
what did you like? Food?
No, thing is, I don't know what's going on with Orem exactly. It sounds like nobody really does, but if it comes to blows, I want to be ready for that. So armor, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have much of that out here. We took enough, to supply our people. I think the rest of it's still in the hold. You might need the sergeant to give you a clearance. Do you just want me to see if I can get you inside? I mean, I'm sure he'll talk to you.
No, that would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, Mac.
Okay, stay here. So he takes the other guard with him, who hasn't really said anything during this exchange, and kind of pulls him back to the tent a little bit. And as everyone is standing, and the Innerling crew, assume you're making your way over to the market as well, as you all are in your various positions, there comes a massive echoing screech. It seems to reverberate off the walls. And looking up, there is indeed a full-grown, massive dragon that flies over the entire encampment as people duck and huddle and generally have a moment of freak out. Even the people in the tent stop their arguing, and the guards around it pull their shields above their heads and station themselves as sort of a tortoise-like protection around it. Gayle himself also drops to his knees, kind of hides behind Xylund. But this massive, full-grown, full-throated dragon swoops down across, maybe about 100 feet away, before veering off into the city itself.
Yeah, killed your kid.
This is not a red dragon.
Oh, bummer.
This one's black, right?
No.
Oh.
This dragon, at first you thought it was green, but as it got closer to the encampment itself, its color begins to become kind of mottled and changes slightly to where it looks white for a moment and then goes gray before swooping into the city. And the last flash you see is a black tail.
What?
Is this something to do with velocity? Like when they're moving away from you, they get a red shift?
Or it's like a gemstone.
That's even more terrifying than the concept of a changing colored dragon.
Yeah, it's.
Xylund, I've got a feeling that Cat's in the city, their supplies are in the city, Nightala's in the city, your helmet's probably in the city.
Well,
We're probably gonna have to go in there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but we haven't found out that my helmet's in the city yet. I don't think we should give up on that so quickly.
I'd a guess they didn't take your helmet. I don't think anybody was like, "Hey, I really want to take this guy's product."
Well, that's just careless. But yes, we do need to go into the city. I mean, there's going to be I don't see how any of this is connected anymore. I'm sad to say, but yeah, we're going to have to go in there and kick some ass.
We'll find out.
Kick some ass and take names.
All right.
That's what Gale's for. You'll be taking the names, Gayle.
Okay.
We'll take care of the kicking gas part, Gayle.
Yeah.
Oh, you can join if you want.
No. Just taking names.
Nope. Okay, I did before we pick up proper. I forget that we have people besides us that watch these.
Not many.
So,
One
not
person
many.
I'm not
from
sure
Brazil.
we do.
Yeah, we do. We got a comment.
do,
Someone
actually,
said they
yeah.
love us. Someone from Brazil even.
So I have to
Wow.
be more mindful to show my pictures, show my work here instead of in the Discord. But this is Elu. For those of you who can't see in the Discord, that is Elu. And then I deleted her. She's gone forever. Okay. So we're back. Mac and Cheese has gone to announce your presence. A big, slightly color-changing dragon just did a drive-by before retiring into the city. Too much to everyone's dismay and horror. But soon Mac and Cheese returns and approaches Davynn and Gayle and Xylund. And he's with his buddy. He says, "Oh, this is Gilcher, by the way."
So about this dragon skull.
Nice to meet you, Gilcher.
We don't. It would have to be back at the hold, I would think.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay.
I won't say I told you so, but you know.
Dylan knows that Davynn is thinking it, so he avoids looking at Davynn.
But they'll totally see you now. It'll be a minute, but yeah, they'll see you.
Okay.
They'll see you. So come on, okay? So he kind of leads you guys to the main entrance of the tent, where the discussion has died down. The dragon kind of put a damper on it a little bit. So it's not as angry as it was before, and you are able to get a better look at the folks around the table. And again, you've got the half-elf and the half-orc that you recognize as Clan Ripper and Darathiar.
Sounds
I
like
love
a Neld
that.
name.
It is. It's the best Neld name. I love it. But they are on one side in Argent Order armor, and on the other side, you've got a big dude. He's about as tall as Kern. He's super tall. He's wearing heavy armor. He doesn't have the cloak. Instead, he just has the massive sort of great sword to him, and he's got insignia etched into the armor. It's a stylized version of the diamond. And sitting next to him is much shorter. He's all about 5'6", kind of dirty blonde hair. He's got a big old red cloak, like 2 red cloak. And he seems to be doing a lot of the talking at this point. Now that tempers have kind of evened out, he seems to be a little calmer and a little more affable than the taller man. And just given his body language as you approach, he seems to be attempting to smooth out whatever rough edges had been going on before the dragon arrived. And then sitting at the far end of the table, far side of the table, I should say, beyond this arguing group, are 2 people, both dark-skinned. I do have a picture of the man. It's a man and a woman. I will put up. Boop. The guy, again, bald, dark-skinned. He is wearing a sort of dusty cloak with a lot of pewter and iron and other sort of lead-colored chains. Most of his garb seems to be leather and cloth, and he does have a staff planted in the ground next to him. He's just sort of sitting and leaning back with arms crossed, watching this exchange. And next to him is a woman. She is also dark skin, dark eyes. She's got dreaded out hair that's somewhat decorated. It's got little bits of what might be pewter, what might be iron, with just hints of silver in it, but not overly jeweled or anything. And she is wearing very heavy dark leather armor, armbands, boots, the whole nine. She's got a spear that seems to be leaning up against her chair, and you can see at least 4 daggers that are attached to a leather strap around her chest. She is somewhat tattooed, although not as heavily as Inaline or the Vanilla Elves are, and those tattoos extend from about mid-shoulder all the way up one side of her neck onto her face. So her cheekbones and her forehead are all tattooed with the same sort of geometric style shapes that the guy's jewelry takes on. So not the fine lines of the elves or the nautical scenes of Inaline. This is a very different style of tattooing. And there is a third person covered in a cloak, no face or hands visible, kind of sitting off to one side. So as you arrive and the conversation seems to be dying down, the younger crimson-cloaked knight ends by saying, "I'm sure we can come to an agreement. We'll let you sleep on it for an evening. It seems you have bigger fish to fry," as he points skyward. "But just think about it. We have time. We have all the time in the world." And all that, he gets a snort from the half-orc from Clan River. And the 2 Orem knights make their way out of the tent, brushing past Davynn and Xylund and Gayle.
Excuse you.
Just wanted you to know, seafood's our specialty.
The Pyre Knight, the Crimson Cloak Knight, gives you a little smile. The older knight just got no time for you. Just looks straight ahead, not interested. But Mac and Cheese kind of looks at you guys earnestly and, like, kind of surreptitiously gestures for you to go inside.
All right. We're here about the dragon. We hear you have a dragon problem. We're dragon experts. We're going to sort that out for you.
Clan River sits on the table, crosses his big
You might have
arms.
heard of us. I am Sir Xylund Shrillsteel of Grennan. And this is Davynn of Whitfeld. Also a sir.
We've met before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a wave.
Yeah, Clan River kind of snorts. I remember you. I remember you. You were a cleaner last time I saw you.
Yeah, a little bit, but
We've been in this shit, literally.
could use a good shower. And or bath. I could use water being poured on me.
It's a very weird thing to say.
Well, am I wrong?
No. It's still a weird thing to say.
Well, you're not wrong either, so...
So are these other guys, are they Myrians? Are they from the Mire?
Are you
Yes.
asking him that?
Yeah, I'm asking in general. If they want to say, yes, we're from the Mire, I'm throwing the question out to them as well.
So Clan Ripper stands up. He's like, they are guests of the Order and of the Realm. You want to help? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Well. Maybe you should
more-
go. Yeah.
More specifically, we do need to talk to Kat first.
Oh, well, she would probably be the one in most need of help right now, which gets a chuckle from the pretty half-elf. You can go
Is-
see her if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Alright, we just need to make sure that we are clear to get into the city and all.
It's your funeral. I see you
So-
come prepared, and he points to Gayle.
Is there, anything in particular we should be watching out for?
That city is alive, kid. I'd swear my last copper on it. Just, don't look at anything for too long. And Kat, she was a mess before. She's lost her mind. I'd be wary.
How's Nasali doing?
Her Grace?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a good question for Her Grace, wouldn't it?
Do you happen to know the name of that dragon?
The name of the dragon? No, I don't know the name of the dragon.
Okay.
Big
Have you guys
pain in
been
my
calling it
ass.
anything cool?
No. We haven't
Well-
named it. It's not a pet.
I know, but you know how people sometimes have nicknames for things before they figure out the actual names? Like, you could call it,
Bone Render,
that, or
Cloud, Sunderer.
just pain in your ass. Xylund, you should go into poetry!
Lightning Face.
Slightly less poetic.
Slightly. So, Clan Ripper kind of turns, leans on the table, mutters something to the other two, and there's a little bit of laughter that goes on. But after a couple scratches on a piece of parchment, you're given what might be a pass. It basically just says, let these guys in, with Clan Ripper's insignia on it. This what you
Thanks.
want?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, thanks.
Alright, get out of my tent.
So you didn't seem too impressed when we introduced ourselves. Mac here gave us to understand that we were renowned for our mighty deeds. So is that not the case?
I've heard of some of the things that you've done.
All right, cool. Just making sure. You're just not easily impressed. That's fine. I just didn't want to, do that again. and then-
Xylund, hold on, I'm gonna take out the trading card I have of him. Xylund, just for the record, I understand why he's not impressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the backside of Clan Ripper's card talks about, basically wiping out entire enclaves of pirates, that he was one of the last people to slay a manticore. Yeah, dude's been in service for a while, and he has seen some shit.
All right.
So we need to. This will get us in, but I just felt the need to check. You guys wouldn't happen to have any sort of diamonds out here, or would that also be inside?
Diamonds? We don't
Yeah.
keep those. Those, I imagine, I imagine the clerics would have. We generally hand those things over to the healers. The hold may have some. I don't. Cat's been squirreling away, Lord knows what, for a week now. So it's hard to say what she might have in her stash.
What about scrolls of fireballs?
Scrolls of
Gotta be-
fireball?
Yeah, like a scroll.
Like a wizard scroll?
Doesn't have to be a wizard scroll. It could be a neutral scroll, like or a divine scroll, or like a druidic scroll. You got a druid over there? Hey, guy. Got any scrolls?
Oh my god! So the woman behind the table stands up.
I'm
pulls out
sorry.
a previously, not noticed sword because she was sitting down, but pulls it from her sheath at her side, points it at Xylund. What did you say?
I'm high. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go outside and sober up. Davynn, you take care of this. I leave the tent.
Well, basically, we're just looking for supplies. If the inside of the city is as dangerous as it is, we could use some help. However you can.
Go see Kat. See if she can make use of you. If she's dead or has completely lost her mind, equally possible, I guess come back here and we'll see what we can do for you.
Alright, and is there anything that you want us to pass on to Kat? Because I know contacting her could be a bit of an issue.
Hells no. I would prefer never to talk to that woman again.
Can you maybe contextualize that statement a bit more for me? Please?
I understand you're from a ways away, but you do speak common, don't you?
Yeah, I do. It's just I'm trying to figure out what do you mean by crazy, and also why is she... It sounds like you don't like her and also might think she's dangerous.
She is crazy. I don't like her, and she is dangerous.
Alright, cool. Got it in one. Thanks.
So as you guys turn to leave, the robed figure sort of cuts through the tent fairly quickly. No one attempts to stop it, but it does catch you, Davynn, just lightly on the shoulder, and it tends to stay just behind your peripheral vision. So if you move, it would move as well.
The rogue figure?
Yes, the robed figure.
Is hanging around in Davynn's peripheral vision?
Trying to stay behind it. But it moves very quickly and stops momentarily, touches Davynn on the shoulder, and just says in a not unpleasant voice that if you truly need help after you've seen the captain, return here.
Okay. Thanks. What is your name? You know mine. I think I've said it already.
He just laughs. I'm Zir.
What was that again?
Zir. I'll type it for you. And then
Okay.
he's gone. Having stepped away. Alright.
Did anybody else see that? Gayle? Gayle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Not just me.
No. I saw it. What do you say?
He said if we truly need help, then come back here after seeing Kat.
Oh, so we're still doing that, huh?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So at this point, we'll have Group A meet with Group B, so we can all be together in the center of town, having done our separate errands. What would you like to do?
I think we'll trade our information back and forth, let everybody know what we found out.
So we're going into the danger zone?
Well, we need to talk to Realtus and get some diamonds first.
Oh,
Should we have Davynn take point on that, or is that a bad idea?
yeah. It might be a bad idea.
Turn yourself into them, Davynn. are you?
I promise I won't do that. this time. I just can't promise that we won't run into the same guy.
Oh,
If
that's
it's
true.
all the same to you all, I will not be joining on that trip.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, probably for the best.
If need be, I can find some other errands to run. I can't go anywhere near them.
You could-
can't.
You could probably be safe with Camp Finalis.
Well, you guys don't know that yet.
I thought
Yeah,
we
we
just shared
didn't-
information.
We didn't
we
share
just say
that.
we shared information.
Surprise.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you choose not to tell them about Vanalis?
Yeah,
Just
we're gonna
Italy?
save that as a surprise for him.
Okay, cool. So you just know about Italy.
I can keep myself out of trouble. There are things I could do. I haven't had much time to work on my alchemy lately, so I can probably find a space and do that instead. I won't be going to Rildis.
All right.
Okay.
Is everybody else coming then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can make your way to the tent of Rildis, which is easily identifiable. Clearly. It is very, very large, a lot of gold and white and blue. And it is absolutely stuffed with clerics and what appear to be paladins. It's hard to tell because some clerics wear armor and some don't. But they are very, very busy. They don't seem to have a hospital in and of themselves. There's a neighboring tent, though, that does, and it is absolutely full up with people. The flame insignia on these tents let you know that this is a tent of Essen. So, which would make sense since the two churches are somewhat aligned. But it looks like Rildans have sort of taken them under their wing and are providing supplies and cover and help for them, as well as healing back up. So it's fairly busy.
Typical America. I mean, Rildis.
Yeah.
Do they have a collection box?
No, they don't necessarily put out a collection box. Why?
Oh, just wondering.
No, you can always give money to a cleric if you like. They tend to be honest people.
Well, I've only got one dose of blood moss left, and I'm just gonna give it to one of the sick people I see, sort of press it into his hand. Say, "There
Oh,
you
okay.
go."
You can do that. There's so much chaos in this particular corner, nobody would even know. You can roll a sleight of hand to see just how badly.
Oh.
I like how you keep doing criticals on the advantage,
Yeah.
but never. So you give your last bit of blood moss away to somebody who looks ailing, and they look a little confused by it, since blood moss isn't super common.
You
out
smoke
here.
it.
He seems to understand that much at least. So you're now officially out of blood moss, but you've made somebody's day a little bit brighter. All right, what are you gonna do?
So how are we gonna go about this? We just need to procure diamonds.
I think that's all we really need to do, and I think we could just ask them. I mean, apparently we're semi-famous here, which is weird, but also I'm okay with that, so that might be able to help us.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. You're just
Oh.
gonna hunt down who's ever not moving, or who looks the biggest, or what's the plot here?
I think we're gonna find somebody who doesn't look currently
Looks most
busy,
nervous for their status.
and also looks like a cleric and somebody in charge, possibly.
Okay. You do have quite a few people to choose from in that regard. There's a lot of folks that look like they might be able to help you. But you can definitely pull one aside at least. Somebody who isn't too stressed, but wears enough insignia that they appear to be slightly higher up in the church, like middle management.
All right. Well, if don't appear to be busy, I'd like to approach them.
Sure.
And once I verify that it's not the same person that I accidentally said I was magic to.
That person, you either has not recognized you or you have not seen. This is very different individual. This is a different a cleric, Lord Father probably, given his insignia. But yeah, blonde hair and green eyes and significantly younger than the guy that you talked to initially.
I will approach him and say, "Excuse me, Lord Father.
Yeah.
Can I have a moment of your time?"
Of course. How can we help you?
Hi, I'm Davynn from Whitfeld. I came from the branch of the Rodan Church over there.
The fort. Yes. Okay.
Yes. We were hoping. We're kind of on a bit of a mission right now, and long story short, we might be in need of some materials for spell components.
Oh. I imagine they're definitely in demand. What is it that you needed?
Ideally, diamond dust, right?
I think you need
diamonds.
whole diamonds.
Whole ass diamonds.
A whole diamond, not diamond dust, like I said previously.
Diamond. Yeah, would be in demand, wouldn't it? And you said you're with the fort?
Well, I come from the fort, not currently with them. We're on business with the city.
I see. Okay. You said your name was what again?
Davynn from Whitfeld.
That Davynn?
Which Davynn?
From the hero tales that we've been hearing.
So you've heard of me then?
We've heard stories. Stories of great bravery.
Well, people talk, you know.
They've been incredibly entertaining, and I must say, we would be honored to help you. How much? Well, I can't spare a lot, but how many were you thinking?
Honestly, as many as we could get. We've got enough for maybe 2 or 3.
Okay. I think that's something we can do. If you'll wait a moment. So
Okay,
he
how much
does.
money do we actually have?
Yeah, he excuses himself, so now
I
is
have
the time.
210. I imagine as soon as he steps out, everyone starts negotiating.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I've got this. So that's 410. How many you got, Kern?
I've got 400.
Holy. Okay, so that's
All
a lot
right,
of
810. Does anybody have an extra 90?
90 what?
I have a coin purse that we got off that I don't remember where I got it.
90 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw in 90.
Well, that'll get us 1 raised dead, which should be fine.
Is that 1 raised dead?
I think raised dead is 1,000.
Yeah.
It's 500 technically, so if we can negotiate it down, or negotiate the inflation down.
That would seem
Well,
to be
actually,
where
if
you
it's
come in.
500, then we could, if we get it all the way down, then we could get a raised dead diamond and a revivified diamond.
We're not going to be
That's
able to get it
really
all the
true.
way down. I can try, but I
We'll
don't think I
see.
should be the one taking point with those people.
All right, so as you guys sort of do your huddle and pool your money together and strategize, the Lord Father comes back with a small box and Says, well, we do have some. How many did you say you wanted again? 2, 3?
Well, we'd like to
Enough
have
for a
one
raise.
for, yeah, one for a raise and possibly one for a revivify.
Ah. Okay, so he opens the box and kind of rifles through it a little bit, and he does indeed pull out 2 diamonds, one about twice the size of the other. So I could spare you this one, and kind of points to the larger one. Well, I suppose I could spare both for you. I would have to ask for recompense, though, and he sort of gestures at everything going on around him. We don't know how long this is going to last, and the caravans out of Loreholt are disagreeable.
Of course, yeah. And I wasn't. Of course, we want to compensate you for that. We want to just be asking for these otherwise. How does about 800 sound to you?
Roll persuasion.
Hey,
Ooh.
Hey!
I have a persuasion score. I just don't use it.
That's a large persuasion score.
Yeah.
This is Babyface.
Yeah, it is. It's that young folk hero thing he's got going. Yeah. Okay. He will accept. He will accept 800 for both of those diamonds.
so do I get my 90
Awesome.
gold back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay!
Okay. So now you've got diamonds.
I think we need to figure out whose gold that came from. no, that's
Well,
all
I've got
ours.
mine for 200.
I've got my
Kern's
200.
200. The
And
Kern's
then
400.
400
You're
for Kern.
200. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All
I will-
right.
All my platinum and gold are gone.
All
I just
right.
have-
It's probably
20
worth it.
Yep. And I will put into my bio Revivify Diamond and Raise Dead Diamond.
Huzzah! So now you got your
Alright.
diamonds, no more money, and a pass to the city.
Great. Well,
And
thank you
a
so
recall.
much for this. I know it's really hard to spare these materials right now, but it's gonna be really helpful.
Well, if what I've heard is true, I trust you'll use them for the benefit of others. That's all that matters.
All right, and I think we're good here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now where?
Yeah.
Wait, quick thing. As soon as we step out, who's holding the diamonds and where are we storing these?
Up my butt.
Okay, I regret asking. Moving along. Because, I mean, Kern would be the one casting, but the bag of holding is pretty pickpocket-proof.
Yeah, I think we'd put him in the bag of holding.
All right.
Well, Kern also has a passive perception of 20 some odd,
10,000,
so
that's
he's pretty pickpocket proof. But okay.
It really
You
is.
You guys put your stuff where you're gonna put your stuff. Okay.
One each.
There you go. All right. Diamonds, check.
And I'll turn and be like, well, if we don't have anything else going on, found a place to crash tonight.
All right.
Oh, where?
By the way,
Over by one of Aineline's tents.
All right, I guess that works.
Hey, could I have a word with you later, Kern?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sure.
All right.
by the
Well, let's
way,
go for now.
Erie, how much food will 86 copper buy me?
It'll buy you rations, which is pretty
So-
much all anybody has right now.
Okay, yeah, because I was told to bring food when I showed back up to Camp Vanellis.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to find alcohol as well before we get back.
Yeah, I'll drop 2 gold on these efforts.
Yeah, you guys can still get food. Alcohol is the prices have gone up a little bit for alcohol, just because, like, again, Inaline's church is in town, so that's usually what happens. The prices for alcohol go up as scarcity takes effect. But yeah, for about a gold, you can get some really, really cheap ale. You can get about a barrel of it. Especially if you tell them you're taking it to Italy, because that means they'll stay in their camp.
Yeah, that's what I'll do then.
Yeah. Yeah, priests pray to Italy. That's true. That's right. It's a nice little circle that they have going on. It's all about, you donate to the church and the church donates it right back to you. It's all a lovely little circle of life for the Church of Italy.
Circle of life.
So now you've got liquor. Well, you got ale anyway, and you've got some rations and some other food. Is you don't have too much of a variety. Greylock itself is pretty agrarian, a lot of livestock and crops. So there's bread and there's dried meats and things. Not much in the way of fish because of the harbor, but you're able to get some stuff, some cheese and some meat and some bread to take back to the crew.
While they were doing their whole thing at Rildis, I did want to talk with Stohana for a bit. That can be handled offline if need be, though.
Okay. So what does the group want to do? You want to...
Crossed?
Is there anybody else we need to see? Anything else we need to do before we head inside?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Before we head inside the city?
Yeah.
Well, let's rest the night so that we're all good to go, and then we'll head in. Sounds good. Because I feel like when we go into the city, we might not be coming back out for a bit.
I think that's... Yeah.
Okay. So, group consensus, you guys are going to Vanalis for the
Yes.
night?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because tattoos and drugs.
Yes! Tattoos and limited drugs, but mostly fun and entertainment.
Yeah.
So as the crew is coming back, Lily, you do have some opportunity to talk to Stohana, since it didn't take terribly long for the rest of the group to get their errands done. What is it you'd like to ask her?
So, after pleasantries and stuff are exchanged, I'm basically gonna be like, so, by your greeting, you appear to know Kern and the others fairly well, then.
They've come by a few times, sure. Not always under the best of circumstances, but, you do what you can.
Well,
They've
from
been
my-
helpful to us, and we like to be helpful to them.
From my experiences with this group, it's very rarely that they show up anywhere under the best of circumstances.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, I guess their friend was dead the first time. That was unfortunate.
Friend, not.
They've lost
which-
several people, unfortunately. But that's the way of things.
I assume you also knew the ones they most recently lost. I believe they said they were Annie and Corin.
We met? Yes, they were there. I understand they're no longer with us, but as I said, 'tis the way of things.
Yes. I was actually a bit curious about your culture, specifically from what you were saying about the Descentaire.
Mm-hmm. How about him?
Well, as I understand it, your clan, you're all followers of Kalishan, yes?
Well,
Um,
yeah.
I was not aware that primal magic was practiced anymore. I was wondering if you knew anything about it.
Magic isn't really my thing. I know. I'm sure you get the same thing. She kind of gestures to your face and your horns. You get the same thing. People look at elves and are like, oh, magical, mystical, this, that, and the other. I don't know much about magic personally. I'm generally here to stab people in the neck. That's kind of my thing. And I'm real good at it. Anything that has to do with magic, not so much my bag.
Well, I didn't want to assume. I just figured I probably wouldn't get the opportunity to actually question the Descentaire myself. And
Not unless you want your insides on the outside.
I'm quite partial to my insides staying where they belong. Besides, it would be very... It wouldn't bode very well if I were to die.
Well, this bode very when anybody dies. That's a silly statement. Are you sure you didn't drink before you got here?
I generally choose not to partake. I don't like losing control very much. I'm just not very good with people.
She just kind of stretches. That sounds like a lot of lonely, cold nights to me.
Yes, well, my sister's the one who's able to get along with people. I'm more of a researcher, and it does not lend well to it does not lend well to social encounters. No, most aren't very interested in what it is I learn about. Anyways, by the way, this food is for you and your fellows. I wanted to bring it as gratitude for the warm welcome.
Oh, we appreciate it. We didn't bring much with us, so this'll go a long way. The priestess she's got her own thing, but the rest of us kind of march on our stomachs as it goes, and the hunting hasn't been awful, but it's getting better, and so we brought some food, but we had to leave a lot of it for the camp, of course, and our stores are still really, really down from the fire, but it's getting better. If I had known Xylund was coming, I would have brought him some.
So, if you don't mind my asking, I was actually rather surprised to see all of you here in Greylock. Not that I know much about your clan, and I wouldn't want to assume, but it seems like you, not really your scene, from what I can gather.
Personally, not mine, no. But the camp and Greylock have a long and weird history, and Marielle and what's her face have a long and weird history, and our general and they're long and weird. I don't know. There's a lot of politics involved, and I don't really care. But when we were in trouble, they helped us. And Marielle said, "We're doing this," and the priestess said, "I'm going," and we don't argue. So yeah, it's in all of our best interest that Greylock stays standing. Because if Greylock goes down, then I guess bad mojo happens. I don't know what's going on with that, but I guess if their protections go down, we're all kind of boned.
Yes, and I for one would very much not like to see Aurum on this continent myself.
Oh, I'm not talking about Aurum. There are worse things in the world than soldiers.
What are you referring to then?
Oh, I don't know. I don't ask. But you don't see a high priestess walking around here for soldiers on a boat.
So I imagine whatever this plague going around, it seems to be magical in nature. I'm assuming that's what she's here for then.
I don't know. I'm just here to make sure she doesn't die, which is kind of silly considering, the whole insides on the outside thing.
Yes.
Which I will admit, I'm a little excited to see if that actually happens. I've never been this close to a priestess before, and I'm kind of jazzed about it.
Honestly, as long as I was not the recipient, I would be quite curious to observe myself.
That's kind of sick.
Not
just-
the insides on the outsides. The
Well, that's what I was talking about.
the primal magic. It's very hard to find these days.
Well, yeah, because if you see it, your insides end up on your outside.
Yes, and again, I'd like to avoid that. You all have been here longer than us. Have you heard anything about what's going on in Greylock? Any further information?
Well, the
I
only
imagine-
people who really talk to us are Elu and her folks, which I think they kind of have to, but they do anyway, which is nice of them. They're good people. So no, I don't know anything. I'm just here to make sure Priestess doesn't die. That's my whole job. And if I don't mess that up, my insides can stay on my inside.
As well.
Plus, it's nice to get out of the woods every now and again, you know? Because that's usually what I used to do. I used to send people around and, I would guide people through the forest, and that was a lot of fun, and you met a lot of people doing that. But since the fires, that hasn't really been a thing, and then, got the quarantine, and the roads haven't really been saved, because now you got all those Loreholt folk everywhere, and you gotta be careful, and there's weird stuff going on in the woods, too. Not as bad as here, clearly. We don't have people falling down dead for no reason, or, fires that no one can find. But, or, dragon. But, yeah.
Yes, well, with everything going on, it seems like there is this many things happening in concurrence. There's no way it can be a coincidence. Somebody's causing this. Some groups.
Well, it's probably what's her face.
Miss Ollie?
Probably.
From what I've heard from the group I'm traveling with, and everything I've heard says she wouldn't do something like this, though.
Well, I don't know. Not my
And-
pay grade.
And even so, I mean, perhaps in Greylock, but to go to effect so far out as Treaty Woods seems.
Oh well, the Treaty Woods is on fire. It was on fire. It's not on fire anymore. Your friends can tell you about that. They were there.
They were.
Oh yeah, yep, they were there. That was a whole other thing. That was all kinds of like gnolls and fire salamanders, and they really got stuff riled up out there. I don't know what they did, but oh boy. They got everything messed up, and creatures we haven't seen for a long time kept crawling out of the wild magic zones. And as said, not my bag, but yeah, it definitely got the priestesses a little nervous. So
I can see why. Last question, and I'll leave you alone. Would you happen to have anywhere that I could set up my alchemy equipment? I'd really like to have a chance to brew for a while. We've been on the road for quite some time. I haven't really had a chance to stop and work.
well, I don't own this place, so I don't care where you go. But if you do anything that looks like you're making anything alcoholic or mind bending, you're gonna have about a dozen people sitting around your station. So just fair warning.
While I could probably make passable alcohol, it would take quite some time.
I think you really underestimate the standards of the group that I walk with.
Well, I can't promise anything, so don't spread it around, but I'll see what I can do. I really just would like to get back to my craft. It's been far too long.
Alright, don't kill them though, because inside's on the outside.
I'll do my best to avoid that. Thank you.
Alright, so meet back up with the rest of the crew. You guys are headed this direction.
Yep.
Yes? Alright, for an evening's rest.
Kern, why you tell me to close my eyes?
Just hold on, and we're here.
So Davynn, Captain Alice.
I'd like to think that I told him to open his eyes as soon as Stohana was walking
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's... I'll be back.
Stahana approaches the group. She's like, oh.
Hi!
Hi.
How's it going? It's Johanna. It's me, Davynn. From Whitfeld. You remember me, right?
I remember you. Just kind of
You
smiles.
you taught me how to use taught me how to use poisons that one time.
I did. Have you used it since? Have you been practicing?
Not much, really, but you know, it's been a thing that I've kept in the back of my mind.
Well, I'm always up to as many lessons as you feel like taking.
Well, I could use a refresher. Come to think of it. So
I can help you there. Don't worry about that. So you guys have stumbled upon Camp Finalis. Full of half-drunk, half-high elves. What would you like to do? I know what Davynn wants to do. What do the rest of you want to do?
I am setting up my alchemy kit in anywhere that actually works.
Well, I mean, again, the whole place is open air tent, so like the elves aren't going to mess with you, and Inaline's not going to mess with you.
Yeah, if there's just a table, that would probably be best.
They
Stable,
don't
flat
believe in
surface.
tables. Anyone who's been to Vanalis can tell you that they don't have very many tables, and they certainly didn't bring any. Church of Inaline has some, but they're mostly crowded with people.
Ah. Alright, well, I'll find a particularly flat rock or something that works.
Okay.
Something table-like.
What about the rest of you?
I want to try to find the tattooists.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't bring
joining
any
them.
with them,
Oh, goddamn.
but Church of Inaline has tattooists, and they are.
And I'm
Tattooist,
gonna.
though?
I was gonna go try to meet with Rogan,
Okay.
so I'll bring Xylund along.
Okay.
All right. So Kern and Xylund head off to find Rogan, who is an official holy tattooist.
Who's Rogan?
Rogan is one of the tattooists of Ineline.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you guys are welcomed over into that particular camp. Elu is still there, and she does introduce you directly to Rogan. So Xylund, you get to meet Elu as well.
Oh. I offer her my flask. Oh, wait, you're not sick, are you?
No.
Okay. I offer her my flask.
Which she will take and give back. Yeah, she absolutely gets you guys set up with Rogan. Rogan is an older guy. He's missing one eye. It looks like he's missing 2 or 3 fingers from his left hand, but his right hand is perfectly fine, as he assures you over and over again. And Elu is there as sort of a comforting presence, to just reassure you that this guy is legit. As he's there, he's got no shirt on, he's got cut off sort of breeches. His boots are way too high for as short as his breeches are. It's a very interesting look he's got going on. But he does carry needles and inks with him at all times, because that's kind of his job. He too is also heavily tattooed, probably as close to Vanalis as you have seen outside of Vanalis.
So I've got this tattoo I'd like to have redone as pretty much anything else, but it's a magic tattoo. I'll show him my tattoo of Kern with the dragon skull on, jumping through the fire.
Yeah.
This is the first time that Kern has seen this.
Yes, it is.
So this needs to be redone into something a bit less. Well, a bit just anything really. I was very drunk when I got this done.
And so the crew that's, because you're newcomers, so you do attract a little bit of attention. The few of the church members that notice you and have come to investigate kind of nod and amongst themselves, and a couple of them clink a glass together. Like, yeah, okay. Any picture in particular?
Well, you're the tattoo guy, so just work your magic. I also got this cool glow in the dark tattoo juice. If you want to use that might be cool.
Takes that and looks at it. We could probably do something with this.
All right. So yeah, just let your inspiration take you. Actually, could I see some of your work? Your other? Did you do your own tattoos?
I mean, he nods. Yeah, he points to some on his abdomen and one on his upper right arm. He also points to Elu.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, that's fine then. Yeah, you just do your thing. I trust you.
okay. Then he looks over at Kern. What about you? Would you have in mind?
No. Probably, and I like pull up my sleeve or whatever, and like on my shoulder, bear paw flanked by like with an axe in the background, just as like a
Okay.
reminder.
Aww.
Seems like we're
So
going
one
in
of you is
opposite
getting rid of
directions
the
here.
reminder, and the other one is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yep, that's very much. Yeah, Xylund and Kern are foils for each other.
Well, do you want to use my glow-in-the-dark tattoo juice? Could be cool.
It could be pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. So you guys set about getting drunk and getting tattooed.
While we're getting tattooed, I would like to have a word with Kern.
Yes, I was gonna say now would be the best time if you guys want to chat because you're pretty much by yourselves.
So I feel like tomorrow we might be heading into the shit, and not all of us will maybe be coming back. And I just like, I know that I kind of didn't pay for any of the diamonds and stuff, but that's because I don't want you to use them on me if I do fall.
Oh. Why?
Well, it's a pretty good way to die. I mean, we're probably going to run into a dragon. Being eaten by a dragon, that's pretty epic. Make a good end to the story Gayle is hopefully still working on. I don't know, I've had a good run. Also, I would like to ask you to do a favor for me.
Sure.
You know that person I made you look for?
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
You can send messages, right?
Yeah.
Can you, she wouldn't know who you are. Like, it's not sort of a mind thing where you sense each other's being or anything like that.
No, but I can tell her.
Right. Actually, I was wondering if you could pretend to be an angel of Grennan and tell her that you've come with a message from the afterlife saying that everyone is there and they're not happy, but they're not sad either because it's Grennan heaven and everything's great and there are no emotions, and soon she'll be there too, so she doesn't have to worry about anything.
Okay, let's unpack this real quick.
Well, not soon. I don't want it to sound ominous. Like, just someday everything will be okay because she'll be in Grennan heaven.
Okay, let's take this one step at a time. Obviously, she's not in the best place right now. I think we both agree on that. She didn't look that happy when I was looking in on her.
No, but I mean, who is really deep down?
I don't know, but maybe it might do some good to like see her brother and like get out of that situation. Maybe you can help her have a better life afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd be good at, doesn't it?
I don't know, but it's better than telling her that all her family is dead and up in heaven and that she'll soon be at peace.
Well, not soon. Again, the soon was, I misspoke. Just someday, make it comforting. Like, none of this really matters because eventually she'll be rejoined with everyone in Grennan heaven. But, yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be Grennan heaven. It's just Grennan heaven seems like, I don't know, peaceful.
How about this? You might not be good at that option that I threw out, but I think it's worth a shot. At least.
I don't see the point. First of all, I'm probably going to die tomorrow, and even if I didn't die tomorrow, it's like, where would I even start? Some things just can't be undone. It would serve no purpose. It would just upset her, probably. She'd be like, yeah, there's no point.
No point. There's always a point to something doing something.
Well,
Why are you so opposed to just trying to reach out and like help her and let her know that you're alive?
Because she'll hate me, I guess. Because I'm to blame.
Yeah, I get that. But somebody told me today that it's worth reaching out to people. And I think at least I'm going to take their advice. But, you know, if she's in a bad place, like if I had scryed on my sister and saw that she was in a terrible position, I'd try to get to her as quickly as possible. And I didn't leave on the best terms with her. In fact, like, I'm scared she hates me as well. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta do it. Because they were that important to you, and deep down they still are.
How about this? How about you send my message as, stated today, and if I live through tomorrow, or if I live through however long this takes, then I'll get in contact with her for real. Will that make you happy?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
I can tell her that everything's gonna be alright. I can do that.
well, don't just be this weird voice in her head. You gotta tell her you're an angel of Grennan. Otherwise it'll be spooky. I mean, it'll be spooky anyway, but inexplicably spooky is worse than explicably spooky.
Okay. Jeez. Fine.
Thanks.
I'll give her a little bit of hope, but better not die, okay? She's gonna be filled with hope, and you can't take that away from her. All right?
No, that's not. No, you gotta.
Nope. Sorry.
You can't say that. You can't fill her with hope. That's the opposite. Say that one day she'll be in this place where hope is irrelevant because it'll all be over, and everyone she ever loved will be there. But she won't really give a shit because love, that'll all be in the past. It'll be great. Something like that.
I just shake my head. You're not dying tomorrow.
We'll see.
Just shake my head. Like, wow. I'm just now reading all this stuff.
Give the people what they want.
Seriously though, Eerie, is Grennan the kind of god who smites people for pretending to, be his angels?
Grennan is the word of law kind of god.
So yes.
So probably yes.
So lying is generally frowned upon.
It's a silent message though. It's a mind message. He doesn't listen in on those.
I don't know. He's kind of invoking Grennan's name in this message. That kind of draws
Then again,
powerful beings'
Xylund
attention.
has never proven himself to be the most devout of Grennan followers. Like, he embodies the spirit of Grennan without necessarily following all of the tenets. It's the best.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh, I should probably
I'll-
give you her name. Grennan would probably know that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I just gotta look it up.
And there goes the moment. He's gone.
Oh, I'm sure I wrote this down.
By the way, Eerie, while he's looking that up, I read in the wiki that there are such things as medicinal compounds. How would I go about making those, and how much would I have to pay to get the supplies for those?
Considering you have 0 money right now.
I mean, I wouldn't be making it now. I'm gonna try my hand at alcohol now, but I just wanted to know for the future. You know, since we kind of get injured a lot, and sometimes Kern runs out of spell slots.
Medicinal compounds do work. They're more akin to like herbalist kit type things, though. It wouldn't necessarily be something made through an alchemy lab, unless you're in Lorehold, because that's your option.
Yeah, because I was reading the Obsidian Portal wiki, and it specifically the drugs one, and it said it was alchemists and another one tends to be the ones who make those.
Right.
I figured it was probably more like a pharmaceutical kind of thing.
True, but you wouldn't have the equipment to do anything pharmaceutical. So if you're in the field, really the best you have is an alchemist kit, unless you're specially trained to do it. Or, an herbalist kit, unless you're trained to do it.
Fair enough.
Again, Lorehold has their own sort of medicinal training because they have to, since they don't have access to magic.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna try my hand at making some quick and dirty alcohol.
Ooh.
If it's possible, of course.
While that's happening, I would like to talk to Lana.
Okay. Go ahead.
After Johanna leaves, I'll just turn over to Lana and just be like, "Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that we were going to Camp Vanillis?"
I didn't know it was a big deal.
It kind of is, but also isn't. It's a big deal to me.
Because of her, presumably.
Yeah. Lana, I need your help.
What are you waiting for? She wasn't being subtle.
What do you mean?
Go find her. Just go talk to her.
But like, what am I supposed to say?
Hi,
if
I'm
you
here.
guys...
I'm drunk. I'm stressed. Let's have fun.
All right, but like in those words exactly, because
it's close enough.
If somebody told me that we were going to Camp Vanillis and I could have prepared something to say, something smooth, like last time I said, yeah, I like things dangerous and all that, and that was really cool, and I put on my headband and everything.
She's a rough and tumble type. I really don't think she'll mind.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
What's the worst that can happen?
Fine, I'm going.
She's so drunk she probably won't remember anything in the morning.
Actually, no, never mind. I can't do that. Can we practice or something?
Practice? Practice what?
Practice. I just walk through this. I just need to make sure. Okay. Hi. I'm drunk. I'm stressed. Let's have. That sounds so forced.
God. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Everyone here is just tired and looking to not worry about the dragon in the sky.
Yeah, and I feel like I should still be worrying about that, to be honest.
Well, there's nothing you can do, so not really.
Well, there is stuff I could do. I mean...
Right now?
I don't know about right now, but it's just... You know how, with the dragon orb and everything, it feels like I've got a lot more responsibility, and I have all this super powerful magical artifact. I don't know exactly what it does, and I just really, really want to, help out as best I can, because I feel like I should right now, and also, I just really think Sakata is really hot and all that. Sorry, too much information. Sorry.
I'm gonna give Davynn a hug, because I've been doing that a lot lately. Okay, take a breath.
Okay,
now another one. Out. Okay, one more. Right now, we've got the dragon orb. There's nothing we can do about that. We're going to handle that tomorrow. The dragon, can't do anything about that right now. We're going to handle that tomorrow. Tonight, Stohana is right here and really hot, and you're really interested in her. And the worst case scenario is you'll go get drunk in her presence, and you'll have fun singing and dancing or something. So...
Can I breathe out?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I know I have a lot to do, but I'm just gonna spend tonight playing the lute and having a good time.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Thanks.
Welcome. Are you still breathing? Inhale, exhale.
Yes, yeah, no, I'm breathing. I'm just breathing softer now.
I think she likes you, so you're good.
Okay. Got it. Thanks, you're pretty cool.
Thank you. All right, go. Shoo.
All right, going.
Mine's Johanna.
That was the best.
God.
All right. Xylund, you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Are you still waiting on this
We got the
name?
name.
I'm trying to make one up now.
Second stage, anger.
Okay, how about Elephant?
What?
Bargaining.
You're supposed to write this
Illith.
stuff down.
I
Very-
did write it down. I just
Back to
don't have
anger.
that notebook in front of me. Don't give me crap. This is your backstory.
Illithin?
No, with an F. It means something in whatever language my
It
mom
means
spoke.
mind flayer and 3-year-old.
Oh, it does sound like Illithid. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, whatever.
that's your name now.
That's your name now.
Stage 5, acceptance.
Elephant.
Illy. Lily.
Oh Lord, help us. That's I can't keep that straight between L, Lily, and now Elephant.
Lily, Lily. That's
Yeah.
not going to cause any confusion.
That'll be fine.
If Xylund does die, is he going to come back as his sister?
Xylund can't die. He's gonna be in a gem.
Yeah.
I mean, if Xylund
According
is
to
no longer
Xylund.
able to be a playable character.
Oh, I don't know. He'll be whatever he wants to be, I suppose. All right, so you two are getting tattooed
No.
and drunk. Are you gonna do your sending tonight?
Yeah, I think I'll do both of my sendings that I want to do.
Okay.
First, I'll do one to Illithin.
Elephant with an F.
Illithin. Illithin.
We'll change your name later. It'll be fine. We'll retcon it. It'll be okay. Okay. So what are you gonna say?
I am trying to figure that out right now.
Okay.
Something along the lines of, I am a messenger of Grennan? Because technically that's kind of true.
The message gets cut off. The sending gets cut off mid cast as Kern gets struck by like holy divine magic.
Don't worry, you'll join them.
End of
And then it just ends for the transmission there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I spent some time crafting what the actual message needs to be with Xylund.
Okay.
And I think it goes something. I want to be like super like ambiguous about who I actually am, so that I don't get smitten by Grennan.
He's not gonna smite you. Granted, doesn't go in for that stuff. If he wants you smoten, he'll just ask me to do it, and I won't do it. So you're fine. You're good.
Okay. I'll just be like, what do you want me to say again? Like, there's no point in hoping.
No.
and eventually I'll-
That sounds so negative. I am an angel of Grennan. I bring a message from Grennan heaven because you look so fucking sad.
That's
your
not negative.
your family is all here, and they're all neither happy nor sad because everything is gray here, including the grass and the horses. And someday you will join them here, and you will all be equally gray and beyond the pain of emotion, and it's gonna be great. So don't worry.
For some reason, none of that is comforting.
No.
That is comforting at all.
No.
It's comforting to Xylund.
No, I love it.
I think I'm just gonna. Ah, jeez. I don't want to like go against it and just like give her hope or something, but like, I do want to send something that's gonna be like comforting.
Well, okay, well, spitball. What do you have in mind?
Your family is in a great place right now.
It's not great though. It's
you
just
don't-
okay.
Family is in a better place right now,
Good.
and they love you, and you don't need to worry about them anymore. And
Well-
they can't. They're looking forward to the day they see you again.
How about they
How about
loved
that?
you and you don't need to worry anymore? Because yeah.
How about
They're
not past tense? They still do. They still do.
I feel like that goes against the spirit of Grennan heaven. I think we need to use a different heaven if we're going to say that. I mean, to be honest, they weren't really into Grennan, so they could really go to whatever heaven. I mean, what's Italy in heaven like? Maybe they're there.
Fuck if I know.
Make something up. Rildis, let's send them to Rildis heaven because, like, who gives a shit about Rildis?
In Rildis heaven, you get
Like
to torture
everybody
witches
gives a
and
shit about
heretics all day.
Rildis, one way or another.
In Rildis,
Sure.
in Rildis heaven, you get to torture heretics all day.
No, that's not true.
Rildis
You
heaven
get
is
to-
probably like some palace on clouds, and probably
Rildis
everyone is
heaven-
Realist 7 is probably like a place where that's like got endless bad guys that are just
Yeah.
really,
like medieval
really easy to
times.
kill.
Yeah, it's all about
To beat 'em up again.
battles of level 1s that you get to wipe out and ride around on your horse and be
All right.
badasses.
All right,
that
Erie,
actually sounds cool.
So Rildis
Yeah.
heaven can have that and not heretic torture all day?
Well, no, because they're not about torturing people. They're only about wiping out scourges that, bother mankind. So as long as nobody's being bothered, then they don't care. It's all about the glory. So they get to dragon fight and save villages and
They're such
do.
dorks.
They are really. They really
Right?
are dorks.
I think I probably have some character bias against Rildis is probably why I'm assuming it's heretic torture.
How about Xylund? We just leave that part ambiguous. Say I'm a messenger from the gods, which I kinda am. Why
Okay.
not? And that her family loves her deeply, and that they're waiting to see her again.
So fucking sappy though.
Sometimes people need sap.
Fine. Okay, fine.
All right. I go up, like, do my little finger things as Rogan is tattooing my arm. And send him a message. Send the message.
All right. So you've sent the message.
She can respond to it also.
You can respond.
No. No questions. Do not question the gods.
I
So
want to
that's
hear
what
her.
she hears. She hears Kern giving the message, and the last thing she hears is Silent going, "No questions."
I want to hear her response. Damn it! Don't take this from me, Sin.
So the only response that you get, Kurt, after the message has been sent, is basically a very tired sounding voice that just sort of says, "What? Who? Okay." And then that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
She didn't sound properly reverent. Obviously, she's a heretic.
Clearly.
God.
But it was sent. It was sent, damn it.
That's all I could promise.
Yeah, that's all. I love
And
it.
it's
oh my
better
gosh.
than the original version.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
Nothing matters. Deal with it. Eventually, you're gonna
Eventually you'll
die, and
die.
it's not gonna. Nothing's gonna matter.
That's not even close to the spirit of the original message.
That's kind of
It's
exactly
pretty
what
spot
you
on.
said.
Yeah, I'm with everybody else. That's kind of the exact summary of it.
I mean, that may
Yeah.
not be how Xylund saw the spirit of the message, but if I had gotten that message, I would have been like, "Wow,
Yeah,
messenger of
it's
God's
pretty
Annihilator."
dour.
That's what makes it believable, though.
See, I'm imagining if she got that message, she'd be like, "Did Xylund send you?"
Like if I'd got that message, I would have been like, "Okay, so afterlife is shit, which means I need to have more fun while I'm alive. Let's do it."
That would have worked too.
All right. So first traumatizing message has been sent. Kern, did you want to send another one?
Sure, I'll send one to Fenella.
Yay.
Oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna say. But just like, hey sis, it's me. Sorry we haven't talked in a while. You're going through some stuff, and you need anything, let me know. Crap, I can't really say anymore.
Nope.
You can reply to this message.
Yeah, I'll send that first. I've got a couple more sending stuff. I can do this at least one, or yeah, I can do this like 6 more times. So
Oh,
we'll see.
wow.
Yeah.
So it's like the answer machine version,
Yeah.
where you do 25 words and then you send part 2. And you send part 3.
Yeah.
Okay. You do get a response from Elle.
Yeah.
And her first response is, Kern, how are you really alive?
Oh God. Oh God.
No, pain.
Best
Ow.
thing to do while getting tattooed.
Yeah.
Oh man, that hurts the feels.
I guess I'll respond with, yeah, I am. I'm somewhat limited sending you messages right now, but I've been traveling the past couple of years, and I'm sorry I haven't come back and seen everybody and seen you. And that'll probably be the next end of the message.
And the response you get is somewhat frantic and a little angry. But definitely Elle.
Yeah.
We buried you. We buried you, and you're... How are you doing? And then it stops in the center.
Oh,
Um. Oh God. Oh. Why did they bury me? Jeez. I thought I left notes behind.
They buried you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Apparently,
you were
my family
shipwrecked.
thinks I'm dead. Oh God.
Oh. Where
Um,
are you from anyway? Like, where is your family?
Southern on the about an hour off the southern coast of this continent. Yeah. Shit.
well, you gotta send another one now.
I know. I've got a couple. I'll just be like,
Tell them you're calling from beyond, and you're in a better place, and
No.
end message, and then
stop,
problem
stop,
solved.
Stop. No. I'll be like, I'm sorry if you believe me to be dead. I thought I left enough information. I'm sorry. However, a lot of things have happened to me, and I think they're happening to you too now. And that's the end of that message.
That's not ominous or worrying at all.
Her response comes back very quickly. It almost picks up in mid-sentence as if she's been talking this whole time. We thought you'd send a letter. We thought... I know you left. I know it was weird, and I'm a little mad that you left, but a letter, Kern. And that stops.
You're not really selling me on the idea of getting in touch with my sister, you know. This seems pretty awkward. This is not going well.
It's going better than I hoped, okay? How many messages was that? 3?
It's been 3 so far. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got 3 more, I think. No.
Well, you
Yeah,
sent
a
one.
couple more.
You got to include Xylund's sister in there, so.
Yeah, I know.
So you got 2 more.
Okay.
No, I did 3 at 3rd level, and then this one was at 4th level. So I've
Okay.
got 2 more 4th level and 2 more 5th level that I can do.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Worth.
He just keeps
worth
getting
it.
louder and louder and louder every time he sends one.
he doesn't know it, but he actually gets more words for each higher level spell slot, but he doesn't know, so he just keeps sending 25.
Yeah, I know. I just wasn't ready to send anything to you guys. I was embarrassed. I was scared. I still am. And then I'll just stop and say, have storms been following you?
No, I mean, the weather's been getting worse, but not me. What are you talking about? End of message.
Oh, okay. I might have checked in on you guys from a distance, and well, that's causing me to call you now, or talk to you now. But I saw that you were messing with your arm, and was wondering if you had anything there that's new. End of message.
Her response sounds a little tweaked, a little frantic. You can see, can you see me? Can you see me now? What is going on? Kern, where are you? And then it stops.
He's probably pooping.
Okay, this is my second to last one.
Yep.
I can't see you now. I can only do it every once in a while. Nellie took me under her wing for some reason, and that's how I'm able to do things now. I guess that's 25 words. I can't explain more.
All right. So her response, a little calmer this time. So, you do this because of her? You can do all of this because of her. Okay. That's the end of our message.
I will start by saying, last time I can talk today. I just wanted to make sure you're alright. And let you know that I'm still love you all. I promise I'll keep in contact more.
All right.
And I don't think I can say any more after that.
Not much, no.
No.
So, final reply. She sounds a little calmer. I love you too.
Oh.
I miss you. A letter. please.
Okay.
But she finishes with, Annaline, I dream of a woman with needles for teeth. And that's the end of her message.
What?
Does Annaline have needles for teeth?
I don't know, but this would probably be the best area to ask about.
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say.
Okay,
Alright.
cool. Elu, does Annaline have needles for teeth?
Ilu kind of laughs a little bit. And says, well, sometimes, I mean, it depends on the kind of mood she's in, I guess. Why?
My sister said, I was just talking to my sister, and she said that she dreamed of a woman with needles for teeth.
Oh, well, it could be. You did say that you thought your sister was touched too.
Yeah, but she didn't confirm that.
No. Well, it could be any woman, I suppose, with needles for teeth, but down in the depths, down in the dark, Eileen is a very different creature than who we see above the waves.
Does that mean she could tattoo people with her mouth by kissing them?
Elu kind of looks silent.
I think like everybody just stopped.
Yeah, it's kind of a record scratch moment. Like, I'm not sure. Probably.
Well, I mean, it explains so much. Like, needles, tattoos, needle face, you know, it's all connected. Don't look at me like that.
Elu just kind of nods. I suppose that makes sense. If you're talking about holy tattoos, we see it more as record keeping, but you know, I suppose that would work. You're not a member of the faithful, are you?
You're faithful? What gave me away?
And she kind of lets that slide, although the holy tattooist that is working on Kern does stop.
Well, I mean, I'm good buddies with Kern. I have nothing but respect for Innaline. He's done all kinds of cool things for us. She just let me talk to my sister, for one, in the guise of a angel of indeterminate origin. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm one of your faithful, but I'm one of your admirers.
I just look over at Elu and like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I offer her my flask again.
She this time she kind of passes it. It's like, I don't know if I want to drink what this guy's drinking. So you continue with your tattooing and making of friends in the camp of Innaline. Davynn.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes. Davynn ran off to find Stohana.
Yeah, I was
That he
specifically going
did,
to
yes.
tail him to make sure he didn't get abducted by somebody along the way.
Well, again, she's easy to find. There's not very many people in the camp.
Okay, let's do this. Where is she when I find her?
Oh, she's just sitting along the fire with everybody else. As the night starts to settle in.
I guess I will take a second, clear my throat out of earshot. I think out of earshot, they're elves, so probably not. You know, brush myself off a little bit, you know, fix my hair, take a deep breath, and then walk over to sit down next to Stohana.
Yes, this is adorable. Yep, Stahana seems pleased to see you and greets you and asks you how you've been, what's going on.
Well,
That
you
made
know,
it.
yeah, I'm not sure if you've heard the stories about us since you got here. Apparently, we're pretty famous, but pretty much all of them are true. You know, the dragon slaying ones, the heroics, and everything else.
I hadn't heard those stories, but I'm not surprised at all.
Oh, I can tell you all about them if you want.
Sure. We're always in for stories.
Okay. Let's see. Where do I even start? I can't. No, I can't tell that one. No, can't tell that. There was that one time. I'll go into a big description, overly dramatic description of how that last fight that we had with the guy who we still don't know the name of, but has
Green
eyes.
eyes.
Well, I'll be
Yes.
calling Green Eye throughout the entire story, and how every single person on the team was pivotal in it, and we used teamwork and friendship to overcome him.
Of course.
And then, of course, put extra emphasis upon the way that I got the final blow.
Of course. Roll a performance check for me.
All right.
Yay!
Oh, no.
That's too bad.
He's just anxious all the time. He's been stuttering.
Yeah, he sold it, but it's all flop sweat, and he told the same part 3 times running, but but he gets his point across. So the little circle has been listening to the story, Sahana included, all clap. I imagine Lana's somewhere in the shadows.
Face palming.
Face palming and deciding
Yep.
to teach him how to talk.
Keeping tabs.
And teach him how to tell stories. Probably her as a bard to listen to.
If it gets bad enough, I'll intervene and pull him out of there.
I mean, that's as bad as it was getting.
Yeah. But he gets through it. And everyone is happy enough to have some entertainment.
Maybe kind of like a had to be there kind of thing, but I thought it was really cool.
It sounds pretty epic. It sounds super epic.
I mean, you should hear somebody else tell a guy. Lana would probably tell it a lot better than I would, but she's a bard and all that.
So now the camp is focused on Lana.
I don't think Lana's here.
Lana, who was hiding in the shadows,
is
now
she
they're
out of
all
sight?
just looking at
Are
her.
you out of sight?
I don't know.
I figured you were kind of standing back a little bit.
Yeah,
but-
that makes sense.
But you are also staying in Camp Ellis, so
Yeah.
there's only so much real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And they're elves. They probably already saw you.
Yep. I mean, I'm gonna be playing after a drink or two anyway, so.
Yeah. So now the camp has kind of like shifted their focus off of Davynn for a moment.
Thank
And Davynn just takes a moment of shit.
But Stahana, congratulate you on your story. That's an excellent story. It sounds like you've been seeing the wider world.
Yeah, something like that. But still trying to remember where I came from and all that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just. Do we have anything to drink? I could really use.
She says, I will do you one better. I know I said that I didn't bring much of the stash, but I do have some stuff squirreled away in my kit if you'd like to see it.
Yeah, sure. Where's your kit?
It's back in my bunk. Why don't you just come with me?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, Davynn is led away by Stahana to see her poisoner's kit once again. And is probably not seen.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay, cool. That sounds like a perfectly innocuous thing.
Yep. I will leave it to Davynn to decide whether any attempted seduction is successful, but it is at least attempted. So we will cut away from that for the sake of the children.
Think of the chillins.
Sake of the children. Lana, we got your performance. There's plenty of alcohol to go around, especially since Kern brought in more. So yeah, your performance is well received, and you have your choice of alcohol and food. And probably, again, if we're being honest, and it's Cat Vanalis, probably bed partners if that's the way you want to go. Vanalis is not necessarily known for being
I mean,
particularly
Davynn went
monogamous
off.
creatures.
Kern and Xylund, at least in Lana's mind, went off together.
Yep, they're gone. They haven't come back yet. So you are well stocked for the evening in whatever you choose to partake in. So Davynn is occupied. The guys are getting their tattoos, having something to drink and eat. You'll see Mushnik, I'm sure, is settled in Camp Fidelis quite nicely.
He's probably pretty popular too.
He's extremely popular. He's a man of mushrooms. And he's a druid. Vanalis loves their druids. So yeah, everyone is tucked away. Gayle initially followed Kern and Xylund to the Inaline camp, saw exactly who you guys were drinking with, turned around, went back to Vanalis.
I mean, if he's uncomfortable with all the partiers, he could sit with Lily. She's not partying.
It's more the pirates, I think, than the partiers. So yeah, he's probably with the... Plus he finds the Vanilla elves to be interesting. So he's settled. Everyone's settled for the
Lily's
night.
doing alchemy.
Lily's got her alchemy. You all have a bed and food. And as the night finally closes in completely, and everyone is off to their various activities or sleeping them off, as the case may be, you are vaguely aware, as you all bed down for the night, of the sounds inside the city. The faint smell of smoke, clamor of what seems to be distant fire bells, roars of beasts, echoing, can't quite place, all just on the edge of perception. Continuous. It even seeps into your dreams a little bit. And this is where we will end today's session.
Do you want me to make a roll for my alchemy tools, by the way? If I can't make anything alcoholic, I'm going to be working with those phosphorescent mushrooms, trying to make like an ever-lit liquid in a vial type thing.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Hey, that's pretty good. Well,
That's good.
I mean, I
it's
have a
five.
plus 13.
Yeah, I mean, that's good enough to brew something based on what you have and what's available here.
Yeah, which I assume will be contributed to the revelry as it's once
I don't
it's
think you have
done.
a choice. I
Somebody probably smelled something alcoholic and was like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?"
mean, so, yeah, we can wrap up here. Poor Twinkie had to work, so he missed out on all the shopping,
Fun
but that's okay. What you got, Noel?
Nothing, sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
keep forgetting where my push to talk key is.
Okay. So yeah, we'll wrap up here, and next session we can get inside the city proper and hopefully have Twinkie along for the ride.
What does my new tattoo look like anyway?
Your new tattoo? After your discussion in front of the holy tattooist, actually what he went with a more stylized design, because that's really the only way you're going to be able to deal with that kind of picture.
Right.
So he assures you that it's Elvish script. It doesn't look Elvish to you. He assures you that it's Elvish script. And he has affixed it in such a way that it looks like it's being walked on by a fox with 9 tails,
Oh, cool.
which is a symbol of luck and a lot of, as he says in his seafaring culture, that the cat or the fox of 9 tails is a symbol of luck. So yeah, he fixed it for you. It's a little weirder than it was, but it's not as personal.
What does the Elvish script say?
He tells you It says fair voyage.
I'm gonna have to get that checked.
You might wanna, get that checked.
What did mine say last time? I remember asking for something cool, but then it wasn't.
Yeah, that's a common, a common joke.
Goddamn shifty tattooists.
Yeah, holy tattooists.
They wrote water on my hand.
I
They
mean,
did something.
if Xylund wins, Lily knows quite a few languages.
Yeah, well, you're probably the one who's gonna get asked.
Yeah.
Can you look at my chest, please?
Yeah.
Read my
Excuse me, what?
chest.
Actually, Davynn knows Elvis too. I think he learned that from Annie in order to impress Stohana.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. All right, so that is today's session. I hope you guys had fun. We got a lot of, I know it was pretty low key, but hopefully move the story forward a little bit.
I had fun.
That
Good.
was a lot.
It was fun.
And
All
back
right.
to the serious stuff next session.
No, I like stuff like this. I like it.
Oh, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, when you guys get a chance to goof off and do character stuff.
Shove Davynn and Stohana and watch the fireworks.
Poor Davynn.
I just want everyone to know that was like weirdly painful to return to that. So I was like taking myself back to my middle school self, basically.
Yeah.
I like the little quaver you put in your voice. That was pretty
Yeah.
pretty good.
It was well done. It
Yeah.
was super well done. Yep. I'm really glad that happened. That was pretty hilarious. Yep. That was a good session.
I'm gonna tease him so much next session.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
So
Absolutely.
much.
Yep. He'll never live it down. It'll be awesome.